Alright, should be streaming now. So, last we left off, you had been on a dramatic set of chases and investigations searching after the Stone of Galore that had sparked many a conflict within the city, most recently the fireball set off outside your business. Following all of the trails of that behind that, you eventually, finally managed to catch up to it, wrest it from the grasp of the Kenku who had it, and survive the ambush that followed shortly thereafter. You then were able to safely make your way back to your restaurant and manor, and secure the perimeter quite well from any potential threats that might have come. Didn't see any, but were able to get a safe rest for the night. Then come back the next morning, leveled up to level 5. The day is before you. How do you wish to begin?
Hey.
Okay, good. I wasn't muted.
No, you weren't. You weren't muted. Just everyone is being quiet.
Yeah. Like, what do we do?
We track down where the Stone of Galore leads to.
Yes. Good. That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, it's probably the only thing we can do.
I mean, we could keep planning on how to take down the was it the governess? No, it was Lady.
Lady Grevland.
Yeah, that
Lady
one.
Grevland. Oh, yeah. We could do that, or we could focus more on the main part of this campaign.
Let's probably focus more on the main part of this campaign.
Yeah.
If we want to finish it today.
I mean, the chaos does sound fun.
But we can come to peace with her and have her come with us to. I don't know.
No, she's just going to betray us and try and kill us.
Yeah, but if we take her into the vault or whatever, no one's gonna see what happens to her.
Wow.
God.
What's your alignment?
Aren't you the
That's
good
the
guy?
question. Look, she's probably a necromancer. Okay, I'm justified in this.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, if you want to take it down, I'm all for it.
Just don't break your alignment.
I am neutral good.
You don't have to stick religiously to your alignment.
Cold-blooded murder
Character
is kind
development
of,
is a thing.
It's not cold bloody murder.
fine, warm-blooded murder.
Anyway, we probably should go after the Stone of Galore, where that leads to. The Vault of Galore, or...
The Vault
we all
of
just-
Neverember.
Yeah. Are we all just chilling in our rooms at the moment?
Presently, or unless you would rather be doing something else.
I'm probably digging downstairs.
Okay. So, who do we have here? So I'm assuming Gordonian and I can't remember the other one. Barparan. These two. Well, one of them was just there, but they're gone.
Oh, well, Ren's
back.
there.
You're there. Oh, yeah, Gordonian's there. Barparan's there, and you're down in the basement. Let's see. Okay.
There's a second Tim.
Yes, there is. Doubles the amount of stuff I can upload with free accounts.
Fair enough.
Mm.
I'll pop into here and say we need to have a chat in my room, and then I'll head. I also said that. No, I haven't said that to Barparan yet. I'll head downstairs and let Let's know, and then knock on Barparan's door and let him know as we're walking to my room.
Where is
Okay.
your room?
This one up here.
Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna meet in there.
Yeah.
I was going to put some battles in. Whatever. Another time.
You're gonna put some what?
I like Japanese style multifold divider panel
Oh yeah.
to separate your bedroom from the meeting space you've got.
Fair enough. I think that's everyone because there's only 5 of us in there at the moment. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Yeah, I sit down and I look at everyone and I say, okay. So, looking at this stone seems to alter your memories in a sort of way. It's hard to explain, but since holding the stone, I've come to remember things. I think that's the best way to put it. Remember things about, well, all sorts of stuff, really. I suspect Neverember sealed part of himself into this stone or something. And basically, I've been able to learn/remember things from it, such as the location of the vault, but a few other really concerning things. Would I have a map, don't I?
Correct. Would you like me
Yeah,
to move you over to the map?
Yes, move us over to the map, but I'm gonna like put the map on the table for everyone to see and mark things. So the vault is located in the Pink Plump Theatre under a dressing room. Could you mark that for us?
I can. Let me see if there's a reasonably given location for that. That is... Sorry, just managing multiple tabs, each of which is focused on a different point.
Yep.
Let's make it pink, because that's appropriate. It was there.
Okay, so it's located in a dressing room in the Pink Plump Theatre there. But we can't just head straight there because there's 4 major issues. The first one being, well, there's 2 issues. One of them just has 3 subsets. The first issue being the vault needs keys.
Great.
There are 3 keys. 1 second. The 3 keys are an invisible creature, a bronze dragon scale, and a cask of dwarven ale.
Okay, we have an invisible creature,
We do.
the unseen servant, in our
Oh,
restaurant.
Liff is not able to leave the premises.
Damn it!
Okay.
I can turn invisible. Does that count?
Very likely.
Cool.
okay. Well, so yeah, we need these. We need an invisible creature, a bronze dragon scale, and a cask of dwarven ale. I'm not sure how we're going to work out all those 3. The invisibility is a good idea, but that's the smaller problem. The bigger problem is that there is a golden dragon just in the vault, just sitting there.
Why is he a problem?
Well, we don't obviously know his temperament, and it's a dragon.
Well, I mean, we always have the cow solution, but other than that, do we know like what type of dragon, like how old it is?
It's golden. Do I know anything else?
We can leave Lady Growlin down there with the dragon.
Yes.
So yes, it
Have
is
her
a
to
gold
sort out
dragon.
deal with it.
I will send you some information you could have pulled out that morning, something like that. Just
Alright.
give me a second to grab that. I spent a while last night writing out a bunch of the stuff.
Yeah. So I know there's a golden dragon, and it has like a magical star. And
Magical
I think
staff.
that's about it. All I know,
So
all I can remember
that
anyway from all the text I was given.
Yeah. So here's the long answer. Short answer to the immediate question is dragon is an adult gold dragon.
Ooh.
Name of Oranax.
I feel like the dwarven ale won't be a problem because we have a dwarf in our party who could probably make some.
Or we could go buy some.
Just buy more than ale.
So
Dwar-
dwarven ale
dwarven
can
ale-
absolutely be bought. I mean, you could go ahead and make some dwarven ale if you've got like 6 to 12 months.
Okay, so buying is the solution for that one. A bronze dragon scale.
Would you buy them?
Could you buy which? Sorry.
Dragon scale?
It might be possible. Waterdeep is the city of wonders. There is everything, just about everything you could think to buy is available somewhere for a decent price. Dwarven Ale is absolutely on that list. But more exotic magical materials like dragon scales tend to be much harder to come by. And bronze dragons, someone roll a Arcana check.
I should not
Go
do
someone.
this.
Me neither. I should not.
You have a +6,
And got
so you
a
rolled a
nat
nat 1.
Woo!
Maybe we should all just do this.
Yeah, maybe we should all just roll.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a natural 17.
Where am I? Where am I?
Woo!
For the me, and I suppose I have +6 in it.
I have +0.
17 is plenty good enough. Yeah, so there are various dragon scales that are very useful for powerful magical enchantment spells and potion craft.
No idea.
Bronze dragon scales are not really on that list. It is typically
Red dragon scales.
red and gold are the more commonly useful ones, and generally it's the chromatic dragon scales are the ones that are more used for their elemental benefits, because very rarely do people have qualms about killing a chromatic dragon and just getting a couple thousand scales in one go.
Hmm.
Whereas getting scales out of the metallic dragons either requires diplomacy with them and trying to get it by payment or convincing it that you need it for some greater benefit, which usually gets like 2 or 3 for about a week's work, and generally offers no additional benefit. But
Hmm.
that's a little beyond the scope of what's necessary. The main point is, it is very, very unlikely to find most metallic dragon scales within the city.
Okay.
There is also a known phenomenon. I don't think most people would know the source of it, but true dragons are not able to enter the city.
Yeah, I was about to explain that bit.
Yeah, go ahead if you want.
Yeah, so going through the memories again, apparently it looks like Neverember made a deal with some mage to get a staff who apparently was the person who trapped the dragon in the first place. The memory is quite weird. They trapped the dragon here in the first place, or at least welcomed them here, and it had a staff which granted an aura that covered the entire city, stopping any other dragon from entering without permission. And Neverember bought or traded for that staff at some point, and the dragon currently has that staff in the vault.
So,
Right.
So is he trapped by his own accord? Like, can the dragon leave?
I'm not sure. Like, it's from the memories, he seems to be befriended or like happy to be there, but I'm not entirely sure of the details.
Okay.
Was it Neverember's son that was our friend?
Yes.
Why don't we go have a chat to him?
Oh, yeah, that works.
Even if you got anything to say on that?
I mean, it's an option. Do you
We
wish to
could
go and
also,
find
like-
him and have a chat?
We could also ask around if there's like a brewery nearby or something where we can get dwarven ale.
Maybe you can see if there's a dragonborn nearby who's a bronze dragonborn and buy a scale off of him.
Would that even work?
I have no clue.
Isn't Dragonborn don't have dragon scales, they have Dragonborn scales?
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, it's quite annoying
Hmm.
that it's
Can
that
we-
dragon scale.
Can we break down the door and the lock?
From what I know from these memories, it looks pretty impossible. Like it's like magically sealed and stuff. I don't think there would be another way in.
Yeah.
It's
So,
possible if we tried, maybe, but I don't think it is.
So, the gist of that is, the vault was not made by Neverember. It was made by the dwarves who predate the city. It is very powerfully magically warded against any form of damage, magical scrying, or magical intrusion. On top of that, it is, at the very least, the doors are made of solid adamantium. Adamantium?
Adamantine is a bit different.
Either way. Solid
It's
adamantine.
weird, yeah.
Adamantine?
Adamantine. Which is functionally indestructible.
So you're
Yeah.
saying that if we were to unhinge the door, we could probably sell it for a lot just because of the material it's made from.
Honestly,
I think-
probably yes.
But it'd
If
probably
by
be more
some
trigger
miracle
inside
you're
the vault.
able to remove the doors, then yes, that would be a small fortune in and of itself.
I'm just thinking, how does Astral's travel work?
Astral or ethereal?
It's probably ethereal. Hang on.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
is astral travel way later?
Astral.
Oh, it is astral. Nice.
The astral plane is one of the border planes. It doesn't neatly map onto the material plane, so you can enter the astral plane from just about anywhere and travel about in it, but you won't necessarily be able to choose where you come out as cleanly as you could by other means of travel.
Okay.
So it's like
And
a less.
If you're trying to use that as a way to access the vault, it is quite powerfully magically warded against higher level magics than that.
Is adamantium a rock?
It is a metal.
Yeah.
What about ethereal plane?
Could I use minor alchemy to transform the metal?
Absolutely not.
It is warded.
Adamantine is one of the most durable and most valuable metals in the world. It is the absolute pinnacle of alchemical research to be able to manipulate it.
Is it a swinging door or a sliding door?
Frankly, you'd have Ralph hasn't asked, and even still would have no meaningful way to know, but it is a sliding door, but
Oh.
doesn't have much bearing on that.
So
Why
I'm
do you
guessing
ask?
yeah, you go.
Would there
Would
be any dragons buried in the City of the Dead?
Ooh,
Or is it just like a person?
Interesting.
it is a humanoid cemetery.
Well, do you think there would anything? Could I make a check of some form to see if and people would have buried some riches with them, including dragon scales.
You could absolutely make a investigation check with that.
Oh. Alright. Investigation's alright, not the best. Okay, that's a 7.
Most
Can I
of
have a
the
go?
most of the treasures that families are buried with is kept very much private. Even the descendants that are now left often don't have any idea what's actually stored within the mausoleums, let alone within the within any coffers or coffins within the crypts. So, if it were to exist in there, you have no real way of knowing. And even if you could find it, there would then be quite a stir if you were to disturb the dead for that purpose.
That's fair enough. Yeah, that is fair enough.
Can you lockpick this magical door?
Not at all.
I wish.
My 3 options are ethereal plane, astral plane, or teleportation.
Ethereal's probably the best bet, but even then, it's probably not going to work.
Yeah, it's not going to be me if it's ethereal.
Wait, do you not get access to Ethereal?
I mightn't, but I'm looking through my wild magic list.
Ah, yeah.
Because I can
Look,
send...
if I bang my head on the door hard enough, I might be able to get through it.
I can send someone to the ethereal plane for a minute. I can send myself to the astral plane for a turn, and I can teleport 20 feet as a bonus action for a minute.
Yeah. Well, while you're figuring it out, Tim, I'll continue explaining stuff to them, and then I'll go. That brings us to not quite an issue, but a third thing. This stone is quite weird. I suspect Neverember sealed part of himself into this stone, or at least his memories or something. But it seems to interfere with the magic in and around me, so I feel like magic isn't going to be quite as forgiving for me in a way.
Oh, does that mean your darkness doesn't work anymore?
I haven't tested that, so I wouldn't be able to
Please,
confirm
let
that.
it not work.
The
Just
next,
please
and
don't
then I suspect that if Neverember, so if it's not a case of Neverember's memories and he is sealed partially in his stone, I suspect he might be able to, I don't know, reach out or possess or do something or interfere with things in the world, like around the stone or something. I'm not quite sure.
Interesting.
So does the stone have intentions?
I'm not sure. All I know so far is it interferes with the magic, and since holding it, I've gained access to like memories of like the vault and those sorts of things.
Okay.
So like I can tell you a bit about the dragon. I can tell you where the vault is, like the keys, etc. But I don't really know much more than that.
Can I ask if the dragon would be willing to break the door down?
I don't think so. Once again, these like memories, and like
What's
the
more-
memories I do have are kind of fuzzy at best.
I mean, we can go there and
The dragon is
inspect the
there
door.
to protect the horde.
Oh yeah, that too.
So if we want the horde, we may need to
Kill a dragon.
kill a dragon.
Or make a deal with said dragon.
Or make a deal with that dragon, that's true.
Can anyone,
hire him
a
for
combination of people, make a insight check and a history check?
Yep,
Yeah, okay.
Insight or insight
And
what?
that's an 18 for history.
That's a 13 for insight.
I've made 2 nat ones and a nat 4.
Nice.
Inside.
21 for history.
Also, how much would we know about
16.
dragons? Like,
so that's
I
what
know
the
anything-
insight check is here.
Okay, it is for that.
And additionally to that, anyone who would be particularly keeping apprised of rumors in the city and stuff like that, can you make a um probably perception or investigation check?
Yep.
Perception?
Investigation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
investigation's
that's
more
not great.
appropriate.
Yeah, that's not. I'm rolling so bad. I hate this.
20.
Ah, there you go.
Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to roll this because I don't think these would be making.
So, combination of, I think there's high enough of everything in that. Yeah,
What
sure,
about
I'll say
insight
so.
rolls?
What was that, sorry?
What was the insight rolls?
Nothing staggering, but actually nothing staggering.
6 to 13 of 5.
Dan, what did you get? You
No.
said
Let me roll for that one then.
Yeah, I'll roll as well.
So insight.
For the insight.
I got terrible.
14.
yeah, that'll do. So, ouch. What have I got? From the history, you are quite aware that the vault, the gold that Lord Neverember stored within the vault was embezzled from city funds. So during his tenure as progressively higher rank of Lord of Waterdeep, ultimately Open Lord of Waterdeep, the chair of the council, he made various beneficial public works projects and made a very good face for himself, all the while embezzling funds and making shady deals.
Yay!
All told, maybe a million or so gold pieces equivalent he embezzled, and my music keeps doubling itself.
Can the
Anyway, sorry. So 500,000 gold pieces are unaccounted for, and that is what is reportedly stored within that vault. You are now aware that a gold dragon is guarding that vault. Gold dragons are notoriously lawful good. And so it is very likely from that you knowing where the gold came from and knowing generally the nature of gold dragons, it is very likely that the dragon doesn't know, or at least is willingly choosing not to know, where the gold came from.
Okay.
one more question? How thick is the roof of where the gold dragon is kept?
That is an excellent question, which will take you a while to figure out.
Would I be able to? Would that be like in my memory of the vaults or something?
I mean, we can go there and just. I could use detect thoughts just to see how high the roof is.
Well,
Detect
the
thoughts
problem
on
with
what?
the problem with that is we've got a stone, which is giving me weird memories and other stuff that we just took off some thugs who have been fighting with other thugs and has passed between many hands for who knows how long. And you want to walk straight into where the vault is that other people might know of.
If they know where the vault is, then maybe they might have some of the keys.
That is possible.
Yeah, that is actually fair.
I mean, we could actually try to do some deals with maybe the Zenith or other things, but because they might actually have some of the keys.
Okay,
So,
so
so while you are all pondering that, that last investigation check that Baparan did, Baparan, you remember one of the last times you went to the House of Inspired Hands to do some work there and chat with some of the artificers and tinkerers there. You remember some of them saying something about trying to make some repairs on the on the boats that have been docked in the harbour, because they've been damaged what seems to by a dragon of some kind.
That
And
means
there are a number of dragons that are aquatic. Bronze dragons is one of those.
Oh,
Yeah.
That would work because the staff's aura only affects up to about the docks anyway.
Yay, let's leave the town.
I mean,
yeah. Let's go to the
On
docks.
the-
It's the dragon.
on the way to the
We need-
docks, we might as well head to the place and just try and gauge how thick the roof is. Because if we can just dig through, then
It's not going to work.
or even
So-
just
The vault has multiple rooms. The main vault itself is 30-foot wide, from what I can tell.
High.
Or
So,
like
so the
30-foot
ceiling is what
radius,
was
whatever.
being asked.
Yeah, and
the ceiling of the main
is
vault is
30
30
foot
feet high.
Yeah.
But more importantly, the entire vault is very, very sturdy, ancient dwarvish build, and very powerfully magically warded.
Yeah.
There is really no way of magically or physically forcing entry.
It's designed so that unless you're just short of being a god, you can't get in. Pretty much.
Damn.
And by the time you're just short of being a god, you can just conjure the keys to get in anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, this.
So there's no brute force way as far as I can tell. But before we go rushing into looking into these dragon rumors, I would like to remind everyone that there's only maybe one person here who can breathe underwater.
Who are you counting?
You.
Yeah, that's fair.
Technically, the Warforged doesn't need air at all, but he's AFK.
I
Wait,
mean,
what?
I have tongue, so I could just probably speak to the dragon. That
Not if you can't breathe underwater.
Yeah. You'll
Tongues
just drown.
tongues
Is
doesn't
it-
mean you can breathe underwater.
is it underwater 100% of the time, or does
Can
it
be.
No.
come up?
Yeah,
We don't know that.
Hence why we needed to devise a plan rather than just rush in.
Well, I could grapple it underwater and drag it out.
Does magic missile go underwater?
I'd
Would-
assume so.
Hmm.
Okay, do we want to go investigate the dragon first and formulate a plan as we go there, or do we want to go talk to Neverember's son? Do we want to do something else?
I feel like Neverember's son should come with us while we're doing this.
Why is
Oh.
that?
He's not gonna do anything about stuff, but he has a little bit more information of what we don't know.
What is what's Bronze Dragon's alignment? What is the Bronze
I need
Dragon's
to
alignment?
roll for that probably.
Okay.
Wasn't Neverember's son very much like out of the loop? Because wasn't it he was almost kidnapped, but then it was his friend, and neither of them knew anything anyway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Like, if we really want to go, I'm happy to go talk to him and bring him along.
Yeah. Ren, I'll have you make a insight check, or insight or nature.
I think my insight's better.
Insight
that-
better than nature on a druid? What?
Yeah.
Nature is not a required skill, and both of them are wisdom.
Yeah.
15.
15. Bronze dragons are typically lawful good, much the same as gold dragons,
Cool.
although not quite as actively so.
Good to know.
That hopefully means good things.
Well, I mean, if they're attacking Well, then it probably means it's not a bronze dragon that's attacking ships randomly. Unless there's a specific goal in mind.
I feel like
There
we're
is
gonna
not
be s-
there is not a huge amount of damage done to them. It is not the fact that the ships can just be repaired, and it's more of an annoyance rather. It was more of an annoyance rather than the ship is halfway sunk.
Okay, so leading to the idea that it is a bronze dragon.
Can I cast a message with the bronze? And
Is in message only 120 feet?
yeah,
I also suspect
You
the
would also have to
dragon
know-
would have to give you permission.
And
No, you
message
just-
is
you point your finger towards a creature within range and whisper a message. I don't.
Yeah, you need to point at it. Like we need to know where it is.
Yeah.
You go find
I-
it first. You can message it.
Dragons, I believe, are also very magical and powerful, and are probably something that, if you do that, isn't going to work unless they say yes.
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to actively harm it.
Even still,
It's a communications spell.
dragons are like a semi-godlike creature. Like, they don't just talk to anyone when you send a message at them. Or at least I don't think so.
Okay, so what are we doing? Are we gonna go find the bronze dragon, or
Well, that was what I was asking before. So there's a few plans. There was like, we can go investigate the dragon, make a plan on the way there. We can go talk to Neverember's son, which I was talking about, like Dan and I were talking about, and I think that it's not as good an idea because he was already almost kidnapped and didn't know anything. And then there's also finding the dwarven ale.
well, finding the dwarven ale? Tim said would be pretty easy.
how
think
fresh
the
does the
dragon-
dwarven ale need to be?
Fresh is not exactly a relevant thing. It's
Oh.
a cask of dwarven ale. Dwarven
Oh,
ale is
yeah.
typically aged in the barrel for quite a while.
That works.
Yeah. So, worth pointing out, the center of the castle ward, or northeast corner of the castle ward, is the largest market in the city.
Gotcha. So if we
Okay,
get
well-
past go there.
Well, in that case, I vote we go investigate the dragon and make a plan on the way there.
I agree.
That's 2 of 5. Who else?
Yeah.
3. That's majority. Alright, well, let's go have a look.
Weird dictatorship now.
No, 3 of 5 is a majority.
Yeah, are we a dictatorship now?
No, we're-
Dictatorship, what do you mean?
It's the opposite
Democracy. It's a democracy.
Yeah.
of democracy.
Majority rules. In
Already
that case, as we head off, do you have the paper bird thingy, whatever they
Yeah,
call
they're
it?
in my pocket.
Could you pass me one? I want to write a letter
Oh.
to what's his face and ask if he has any information he could give us on like bronze dragons or gold dragons.
Who are you after?
Who are you sending it to?
The investigator?
Yeah, the guy that gave us the things that only go to him. Barnabas, that's his name.
They don't only go to him, they go to whoever we tell them to.
No, aren't those ones magically sealed for only him because he gave them to us for that purpose?
No, he gave them to you for. Well, he gave them to you
Oh,
for
okay.
that purpose, but the items themselves are not specifically bound to him. They
Okay,
just
'cause I thought he said they would only go to him, but fair enough.
they
Yeah, they
only
only
go
go
to one
to-
they're addressed to.
Yeah.
So when you write it, you address it to someone. You speak their name, and it will only go to that person.
Yeah.
That set is not magically bound to Barnabas. They are just regular paper birds.
Okay, well, I'll send one to him anyway with that stuff.
Yeah. So,
Oh, I would put it under the guise in the context that when we were at the House of Inspired Hands, we heard about a dragon attack, like, in the harbor, and we're just investigating.
certainly. You could also go about regular investigative means rather than going straight to the top.
Nah, straight to the top's easy.
Yeah, and he's fine with us doing that. So
Yeah.
Very well.
Please reply as soon as possible.
no, we don't need him to reply. We're gonna go do it anyway.
Yeah. It's more of it serves two purposes. A, if he does reply, we get information that's helpful, probably. B, he knows what we're doing if something goes wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, he should really be informed with everything that we do, because everything will go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're certainly able to do so. What specifically do you say, or what generally do you say?
I just tell him we're looking into what appears to be dragon attacks in the harbor, and we just like some information on like dragons in general. We've heard rumors of it being possibly a bronze or a gold dragon, so anything he could do, like give us, would be awesome.
Just thinking. Ren would probably want to point out the Watchful Order of Magicians and Protectors. That is not entirely their purview. They deal with magical type threats, and so they would have a decent bit of information about dragons and such, but not necessarily any more than some of the better libraries would have.
Yeah.
More the matter of natural type threats and things messing with natural order mainly is the Emerald Enclave.
Oh, okay, well, Barnabas would be able to get in contact with them, or we could just talk to Ren then, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Ren.
Ren,
Yeah,
send a
what's up?
paper bird to you. It's going to arrive to you in about 30 seconds.
Why did you
I
even
send-
say 30 seconds? He's standing next to you.
I send a paper bird.
No,
to
the
him.
30 seconds is writing it,
Yeah. Because then it
Uh,
flies and immediately lands.
and then bursts into flame. Anyway,
What a waste.
What a nice looking letter you got there, Ren.
I don't give you a bird there.
Can I borrow another bird? I just got a letter I need to return. I need to
Uh,
send it.
Who's the return to?
Uh,
What's the return address? Is it the Haunted Bell? Oh, it's one of these guys.
Oh, don't be stingy. He's got a reply.
I didn't give you a bird for this reason.
Well, it's been used.
Well, no, it hasn't.
well,
I
no,
gave you-
that's that.
I gave
I
you one
received it.
bird for Barnabas.
Well, it'd be
I mean-
rude not to reply.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you another bird.
Goodness.
Alright, Ren, help us.
Yeah. I'm assuming that. Can I make another check to see if I know more about dragons?
So about this, the rumors of this dragon specifically, you haven't heard anything, at least not yet.
Mm.
But you would be able to go follow up with your, with other members of the Emerald Enclave and see what they know about it.
Mm.
About dragons generally, what are you after?
Yeah. What are we after?
Gold and bronze.
Yeah, we're after. Yeah, but like, what are we trying to find out about them?
Anything
Can we?
really?
Can I ask Rawless where he got the original dragon scale that he used to make the vault?
Did he use a dragon scale to make the vault originally? I don't know. I don't think I.
Again, the vault predates Neverember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And
the
also
vault
it's made
predates
out
the
of,
city.
Well, I mean,
Okay, well, I don't know.
he needs a dragon scale to open it himself. So, where was his dragon scale?
He was really rich. He could have probably like killed the dragon himself, or
He was
From the
also
memories-
formerly an adventurer.
Yeah, from the memories I have, Neverember was, yes, like the open lord of the city and embezzled stuff, but he was also apparently an incredibly powerful like wizard and an adventurer and all sorts of things we didn't know about him. It's quite interesting.
oh, okay. And before we get too distracted, I I'll send a paper bird. Well, I'd like to borrow a paper bird so I can send a letter to a colleague of mine who I know knows a bit about dragons.
Oh,
His
I'll
name is
give you a
Morales.
piece of paper for that. If it's going to Rallis, I will burn him.
It's not going to Rallis, I promise. Do I know? I guess I'll just send a letter to
How many birds did you give me, Tim?
I think it was half a dozen or so,
Okay.
but you can acquire more,
Yeah.
especially now that you've got a reasonable amount of money. They're not overly expensive, but they're not they're not cheap, but they're not prohibitively expensive.
I think we've used 4 now.
Yeah, I think it's about 4.
Do I need to make a charisma check to see how friendly I am with this person, to see how much information they're willing to give me?
Can I
Well,
help him?
nothing
with
that
this
Sorry.
complex.
persuasive?
Let's get some information.
So it'll be one of the other members of the Emerald Enclave, one of the higher up members, I imagine, is who you're sending it to.
Just who I like. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone higher up. It's just someone that I know who would have dealt more with dragons.
Yeah, okay.
Can I help him to be more persuasive?
It's not as much a matter of being persuasive, because the Emerald Enclave is a very, very close-knit community within Waterdeep.
Hmm.
There's not a terribly large number of members within Waterdeep, and they all know each other fairly well. So you're absolutely able to call to mind who would know the most about dragons, and they would definitely be the kind of person to pick up on some rumor about a dragon in the harbour and look into that in advance, even if they don't necessarily go about dealing with that immediately themselves.
Okay.
So, and again, you being a member of the Emerald Enclave, they will be quite friendly to you, and will quite gladly share the information they have.
Cool.
So you are able to
right.
send that to them.
I write a letter asking them to get back to me immediately about gold and bronze dragons in relation to the dragon attacks in the harbour. Dragon attack rumors in the harbour.
Certainly. That
Could
reply
you-
will come back to you before too long.
Could you also ask them if there have been any battles on where Waterdeep is now in relation to bronze or gold dragons?
Yeah, I could ask if they know any history of bronze or gold dragons in the city.
Yeah,
Do,
that will be included.
do scales decay over time, or are they like stone?
Dragons are pretty awesome, so they probably.
Yeah, I'd hope they stay perfect forever.
Yeah, they're generally, I mean, one of the major attributes of dragons is that their scales are fairly indestructible, and fairly magically protected just innately. And so part of that extends even after it is removed. So the dragon scale generally will remain quite usable, quite pristine for a long time. The metallic dragons tend to have deposits of the actual metal within their scales, and so if that metal is prone to corrode or patina, it will do so over time, but is still magically viable and can always be cleaned and polished up.
Neat.
Okay, well, are we heading off then to have a look at the docks and these rumors?
Yep, sure.
Certainly.
Do dragons molt? Is it possible we just find the scale on the boat that was attacked?
Do dragons molt?
Yes.
They
dragons
don't.
molt.
They don't generally molt per se.
They shed.
They're not like common reptiles that shed their skins or lose their scales. They are far grander, more dramatic creatures than that. They continuously grow and, they continuously grow and expand their number of scales. They don't lose scales unless they are in particularly fearsome battle. The damage against the ship is definitely not fearsome. It is not particularly fearsome battle.
While we're heading to the docks, I will look at the others and say, okay, I'll meet you at the docks. I'll try and gather some information as well on the streets. Assuming
that
everyone's
again.
okay with that.
You've done this
Or-
before, it's fine.
Well, yeah, I'll head off and do that and meet you at the docks.
Sure.
Okay. So,
Hey, sorry, I had to deafen quickly. I might have missed something.
Rallis is just going off to the docks. You haven't missed anything.
Oh yeah, we're all going to the docks. I split off to get some information, and I'll be at the docks as well.
Okay, good.
I will also point out the market is on your way to the docks.
Okay, cool. Let's drop by the market then. Someone can get a good deal on some dwarven ale.
Yeah, I'll leave that up to you guys.
Well, man, I've got a wife to look after. I don't have the funds for this kind of thing.
Let me have a look at my funds. Yeah, they're fine.
Will also point out, for your benefit, you run a restaurant. Purchasing a handful of barrels of dwarven ale for that purpose is entirely reasonable.
That's fair.
Exactly.
Let's do that then, and then just sneak one for ourselves.
Why do we need to sneak one? We own it.
Well, meaning like sneak an extra one for me and the wife.
Why don't we just buy like 5?
Okay, let's buy like 5.
That'll work.
Alright.
Well, we need a haggle to try to get a lower deal.
Alright, so you are able to find a number of merchants within the market that are offering dwarven ale. Some by the bottle, some by the cask. You're able to find most of them about 7 gold pieces per barrel.
Can we haggle them down if we buy multiple barrels?
Make a persuasion check.
Yay! this is why I'm doing this. Persuasion. Yep, that's +7.
Is there a buy 4, get 1 free deal?
23.
A 23. Absolutely. Just give me a second.
Would a dragon be attracted to treasure?
I was about to answer that, but I'm not with you.
Should I just make an Arcana check?
Sorry, just give me a second.
My angel.
Okay.
Hello.
You are able
I'm sorry.
to.
I passed out.
Alright. So, you are able to haggle them down with that idea. You're able to get them as low as. What was that? 23 persuasion? You're able to get them down to half that price, 3.5 gold per cask. If you buy. If you buy about 7 casks, you'll be able to get them down to about that.
So that would be 3.5 7. When can we get it down to 24 gold?
How much would that have been, sorry?
24.5.
Alright. Drive a hard bargain.
I'm doing this completely out of my pocket, by the way.
Fair enough. Again, you help run a restaurant. You carrying the business's money to make this kind of deal is viable.
I'm not carrying business's money.
I mean, you kind of
Okay.
are. How much of the business come out of your pocket?
About 90% of it.
Both by
Which-
wild magic and by good luck in bets.
Yeah, so you can't really say that I don't pay for everything.
I made no insinuation of the kind.
No.
Why
Cool.
pay for things when you can just get them?
Yeah, well, my wild magic doesn't do that anymore.
Oh,
Does it, Tim?
Say that again, sorry.
My wild magic doesn't make money anymore.
No, it doesn't. At least not directly.
What does it do?
You'll find out if you roll that one.
46.
Theoretically, right? You know those ones that someone flumps and other stuff? If though that happens, you then kill said exotic creature. I'm assuming it then wouldn't teleport back, which would mean you could then peddle off the exotic creature for a fair bit of money or like make it exhibit, that sort of thing. You could exploit the hell out of that.
An
Yes.
interesting thought, except that they do... Like, he's killed some of the flumps before. And the Modron, I think. As they do then fade back to their natural
Okay.
plane when they... after the minute passes.
Damn it. I was gonna say, you could do some interesting stuff.
So I bought 7 barrels of it.
Casks.
Casks.
I'll let you look up however much that happens to actually be volume-wise.
We can have a party tonight after we open this vault.
So, from that... So yes, you are quite easily able to acquire those. So, you continue to the harbour. So, takes probably about an hour, all told, to get down there. More than that if you're not rushing. The various bits of investigation you either engage in actively or pursue through communication with others comes back all together to you. So, Ralos, I'll start with yours.
Yep.
Why not? Your contacts really haven't heard much. They are aware of they're aware of some dragon lurking in the harbour.
Yep.
Doesn't seem to be actively attacking ships for the most part. But is definitely defending itself if it's approached.
Fair enough.
And
I thought
your
dragon.
contacts are not terribly pleased with its presence as a matter of their own safety for commerce and things like that.
I thought
Which is
dragon
generally the
didn't-
kind of vibe of people in the docks, is just, we work these docks for a living, we move ships with cargo, and if there is something that wants to hoard treasure and it's lurking in here, that's very possibly a bad thing for our business.
Yep.
How much treasure would I need to bribe a dragon to part with a scale?
Excellent question. Make an insight check with advantage, given everything that's going on. Excellent.
Ooh, that's a nice roll.
Good roll.
I'll take the first one.
Yeah, I think you will.
Yeah.
That's 19. I'll give you that. So, it would absolutely vary between vary depending on what kind of dragon, how old it is, how much of an existing horde it has, how much conflict it's seen in its life. All has quite an effect on what the dragon will desire in exchange for something like that. They prize their scales is one of their greatest treasures, particularly the metallic dragons. So, through Ren's contacts particularly, you're able to discover that it is specifically a young bronze dragon that has taken up residence in Deepwater Harbour. Quite a number of sailors and dock workers have seen it explicitly, at various times depending on where it's been. It seems, well, a bit of public knowledge about the harbour. One of the public festivals each year involves throwing fairly large amounts of treasure down into the harbour. The merfolk that live in there then tend to guard that quite stringently. A young bronze dragon will drive them away enough to get its own bit of hoard, and that is very likely what it's been doing, is gathering up some treasure. You can kind of get the impression from reading through various things, various historical treatises of here's how people have managed to deal with dragons to this kind of effect before. You're able to extrapolate through and figure out it would probably take about 1,000 gold pieces worth of treasure to convince it to part with a scale.
I don't have that much.
Well, we might have that much combined, but would it be worth it?
Collectively as a group, we might.
I mean, would it be worth it if we can get everything else and then get through the door? Yes.
It might also be possible. To spend some time yourself searching the bottom of the harbour for some amount of treasure to supplement that, to supplement what you've got.
Do dragon scales naturally fall off at all?
What I was saying earlier is no.
No.
Okay. Are you talking about like buy the scales with some of what he considers to be his own treasure?
I mean, you're saving him the time and effort of searching through it, so theoretically he would have no real way of knowing that that's what you've done.
I mean, we could also make a line and basically say, we need one of your scales for this, and if you do this, we'll be able to return the gold.
Perhaps.
Hmm.
Let me just kill him.
Actually, yeah, I will also point out. So the straight up gold offer is generally this is just a straight payment for the scale. That's it. Generally, an amount of persuasion is possible with them to, by some means, convince them that you need it, and that it is worth parting with for its own benefit. Generally, is required, but not necessarily. So either just a very good persuasive argument, or the gold, or possibly some combination of the two, would be able to lower the requirement, but a straight offer of gold would be about 1,000 gold pieces.
I could probably use message to get its attention with money, and then use tongues to allow it to communicate with us so we can persuade it more easily.
What languages do bronze dragons speak?
Most dragons generally speak Draconic and Common.
Yeah, we don't need to use tongues on them, so it'll speak our language.
So, yeah, I feel like we can make up a pretty good reason saying, well, not make up, because we're gonna, it's stolen money. Give it back to the people. That's the goal, right?
Sure, let's go with that.
I will, for the record, I will absolutely leave that amongst yourselves to fight over how you want to deal with the money. There will be in-world forces trying to persuade you of things, but I'm just going to let you deal with that. I'm not going to enforce anything.
I know that Ren would want.
Give it all to me.
I mean, if you give it all to the people, that would just make interest would just make value of money go down. It,
Hmm. Maybe we should buy an orphanage then.
Let's just
Start.
buy Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Just buy the land.
Um, 500,000 gold pieces was what was skimmed off the top of public funds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Let's just become like the new high, whatever the name is of Waterdeep.
Open Lord.
Open Lord, yeah. An Open Lord of 6 people.
There is also then the Masked Council, which is
Yeah.
anonymous lords of Waterdeep. They are the ruling council, and then there is the Open Lord, who is the only known member.
And one
Who was
Open
the
Lord
only
and
member
everyone
who's
else is the
publicly known.
Closed Lords.
Correct. The Masked Lords.
I
Yes.
feel like having a masked lord. I don't know. I wouldn't trust them.
Yeah, but we're gonna make all of you guys the Masked Lords.
The point of it is, they are very, very carefully chosen by the council and the Open Lord is voted from among them internally. The purpose of them being masked, magically masked, is that they cannot be bribed, they cannot be threatened.
We can kill them though.
If we were to say assassinate all of them,
Yeah, we're really running down the line of how do we change our alignments here?
why
I
are
will
we-
also point
why are we
out,
discussing
from
this
what
at
you
the
can
moment?
have
I thought we-
gathered, from what you've gathered, that was kind of the plan of Groundland.
We
Is
came up with
produce
Groundland and
an
then killed her.
opening. Her plan was, by some means, produce an opening among the Masked Lords so that she could step into it, so that she could be voted into it.
When you say they're magically masking everything to stop bribery and all that, does that mean they literally are resistant to being bribed, or it's just
It's
they're-
more that no one knows who they are.
Yeah. Okay.
So they also exist generally as public figures within the city on their own merits.
Let's just bribe
and so
everyone
no
in
one-
the city.
Well, there's that. That's basically the only way you would be able to do it, is just bribe absolutely every vaguely public figure in the city.
Is
Wait,
there
so
anyone who
Waterdeep-
actually knows all of them?
What was that, sorry?
Is there anyone in the city that knows all of the Masked Lords?
I suspect it's a you don't know.
The only one who might would be the Open Lord, and even then I would have to look that up. I doubt it, though.
So you're saying Waterdeep is run by a dictatorship where the people don't get any say in the leadership?
Welcome to the real world.
Yeah, a little bit.
Fantasy world.
No one has ever had any complaints about the system. It works very well.
Is there like an actual
Like, it works very well to the benefit of the city.
Is there like a general council chamber or somewhere they meet up that is publicly known, but it's like super locked down or something? Like a big city hall or something.
I feel like we're getting off topic.
A little bit.
Oh yeah, we are, but yeah, it's interesting.
So are we gonna try and bribe the dragon, or are we gonna go kill it?
I kind of want to kill it, but I don't have great spells for that.
I kind of want to steal the goat from the dragon, but I feel like we'll all die trying to do
Wait,
that.
what? You want to
So,
do something bad?
because you came in just recently, the location of the vault has become known to you through the Stone of Galore that you have acquired.
It's
Along
given
with the
me
location,
memories.
there are 3 keys that must be provided to the door for it to open. One of which is an invisible creature, one is a cask of dwarven ale, and the third is a bronze dragon scale. That is what you are currently trying to acquire. There is a young bronze dragon that has taken up residence in Deepwater Harbour recently, and causing a little bit of trouble, but nothing major, but is what you are after, and so you are trying to figure out how to remove a scale from it.
Anybody have a fireball spell?
Yes.
I feel like it's under. If it's underwater, it's not. Would it do?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's why I haven't said anything yet.
Also, we
Yeah. It very much ties into the fact that I brought up it's underwater. We can't breathe underwater.
can we use
A lot of
I can
other
breathe
things too.
underwater.
You
Can
can.
wait?
Only
You get
can.
snorkeling equipment, right?
Can
Snorkels
unseen
are-
service breathe on? Unseen servant breathe underwater?
Doesn't strictly need to breathe. It is a animated force. It is not
Well-
a creature by most, as far as most things are concerned. So it doesn't
Oh, we
need
can
to
get-
breathe.
Get to steal the. We can get it to steal the treasure for us.
Can only carry a
Right.
certain amount of weight though, so it's
Yeah, we'll just
Would
keep on
be
sending
very
it
slow.
there and back.
I think there is a limit. Isn't there like a time limit on unseen servant? Because I'd assume a
Yeah, it's
bronze
1
dragon-
hour.
Yeah,
It's
so
one-
1
Oh,
hour.
really?
I'd assume the bronze dragon is like really deep down there in the water with a hoard of gold. The dragon, young but can probably still quite powerful, might just be able to straight up see the unseen servant first of all, or detect it. Second, the unseen servant gets there, picks up gold, swims back up. You've probably wasted half an hour assuming it could swim that far without disappearing.
It can travel 120. It can travel 60 feet.
I feel like that would still stand up to about that math.
We should just like. We know we're not gonna be able to do anything. Like, I want to kill it, but like, could we get help from other people to help kill it?
It's a.
I mean,
good,
that might be
it's a lawful
possible.
good creature. It's a lawful good creature. We don't have
Yeah,
to
but
kill
it's
it, we
also-
don't have to.
It's also like hurting our ships.
More in self-defense than anything. What you would, the general consensus would be, and the general inclination of the Emerald Enclave, more importantly, would be negotiate with it to leave the harbour. Yeah, negotiate with it to leave the harbour would be the desired outcome. Killing a metallic dragon is not generally a desired outcome of things.
I'd also like to point out it's lawful good, and it's good, but it's lawful. Therefore, if you had a law that said someone pickpocketing, like if you get caught pickpocketing, it's punishable by death. If that were to happen, and that person was a poor beggar who had no other choice and wasn't helped by anyone, a good person or a neutral good person might go, no, he had no other option. We need to help him. He was doing what he needed to survive. A lawful good person is more than likely going to go, it's the law. You're going to die. Because that is the law, and they uphold the law usually. So they're good, but they're not good in the sense that you might think.
I'm not sure that's how lawfulness works. I feel that's more neutral lawful, just upholding the law.
Well, it's most lawfuls. They will uphold the law as best they can towards that alignment. So if it's evil lawful, they'll uphold a law that's like in the alignment of evil. If it's good in the alignment, good. Neutral in the alignment of good, neutral, etc.
Anyway,
They-
like
they-
So
kind
the
of
way
strict
I phrase the
alignment's a
alignments
pretty
is
generalization.
the way I define the alignments is good works to the benefit of others, neutral works to the benefit of yourself and your allies, evil works to the benefit of yourself and your allies at the expense of others.
Your allies.
Yeah, it depends on how you define allies. Is then what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Evil can tend to be the line between allies and others is constantly changing. But lawful will stick to a consistent set of guidelines, be that a personal moral code or a legal code or religious code, something like that. It is some consistent set of guidelines. It is not strictly the law of the land.
Yeah.
And chaotic is they will do what seems appropriate at the what seems appropriate given the situation. So again, in your example, this is a beggar who has no other choice. The given punishment for the crime that he committed might be prison, death, whatever, but given the circumstances, the best good outcome is that we don't follow through with that law.
Yeah.
So that is then chaotic if they consistently do that, and neutral if it's sometimes they'll follow the law, sometimes they'll follow the situation. Depends on the way around, and sometimes it's an incomplete set of guidelines will also then come into neutral. Anyway, that aside, the Bronze Dragon is lawful good. They are, from what you can gather, they are gathering a horde as most dragons do and defending itself.
I mean, we might as well just try to convince it, and if it doesn't work to our convincing and we have no other choice, yeah.
You want to take on Bronze Dragon?
Let's try convincing him.
How close are you guys to the docks by now?
As close as they want to be.
I'm just standing on the edge of the dock.
So we're at the docks.
If you wish to be.
Okay. Alright.
We've been talking for a while
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
got
'cause I'm also
nowhere.
doing stuff.
Ren, I would recommend you have a look through your spell list. Like, not your active spell list, your class spell list.
Oh, okay. Well, it has something, it
Just
seems.
might be useful to you.
Did I miss a spell called Dragon Speak?
Again,
Is it
dragons
water
speak
breathing?
common generally.
Um,
I have a spell in my spell list that will prove useful for later.
Ooh.
I just saw it.
Can you tell us what it is?
Did you level up and get new spells?
I haven't chosen my new spells yet.
I
You
mean,
might want to do that.
Please do.
Yeah, probably do that
Yeah.
now.
And that's
I
what I'm
mean,
doing.
You can also change out any spells that you previously have.
I can get water breathing.
Nice.
And
I just-
is what I was trying to point out. So can Ren. It's on the druid spell list, 3rd level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
on
also
the
just turn
sports
into
list.
an aquatic animal.
Yeah, but
It
I
won't-
feel like when it comes to water breathing, I can cast it on other people.
I opted to go for one of the most broken spells in the game, so
Oh yeah, there is water breathing. Oh yeah. Let's say that I know water breathing and just cast on everyone. Then we can just go down and talk to the dragon. Let me just prepare that quickly. Because water breathing can be cast on up to 10 different people.
nice.
Correct.
Alright, you guys want to go talk to the dragon quickly? Try to convince him, explain our situation, offer gold, and if it's too expensive, then we fight it?
How about we
I'm not quite there yet, so
Okay.
try and work out if we can steal some of his gold? Because
Well,
I don't want to
take
be.
some gold from the river.
Yes, take some gold from the river and try and sell it to him to get a scale.
Okay.
Can I turn the gold into like wood and cause it to float?
Sorry, let me
Ow.
just check the description.
Never mind. It's just iron, copper, or silver. Would there be
Yeah.
silver down there?
There would be an amount of silver.
Okay, could I turn that into wood?
And then collect it up, and then return it back.
Yeah, because then after an hour, it would revert to its original substance.
Or until you lose concentration.
Yeah. Or until I lose concentration. So if I just turn most of it into wood and it floats up, then someone could be on the shore just collecting it and waiting until it turns back to silver.
Well, you could just turn it back to silver once you're done.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah, so it's for each 10 minutes you spend performing the procedure, you can transform 1 cubic foot of material. So
what's
to
the
get
worth of a cubic foot of silver?
that's an excellent question. It's about 1/10 of the cost of 1 cubic foot of gold, which would be about the amount that you're after, frankly.
So just 100, almost 1.5 hours, and we would have enough silver.
Maybe
No, it's if there's enough silver in the river.
in the harbour. It is a large harbour. Yeah, it is a large harbour, so it will take some amount of time to search it sufficiently thoroughly.
We're just gonna plane and dredge the whole thing.
Well,
Let's just dredge the river.
Yeah, let's go.
the harbour full of mer people and a dragon.
There's no
Yeah.
mer people that were scared off by the dragon.
No, okay.
Does
What are
anyone
they?
There will still be some, but further in the depths.
can anyone like cast water breathing or
Yeah.
Yes.
okay
Yeah,
cool
That's what breathing right now.
okay
We're just
You
waiting
guys
for
are right.
Rallis.
Yeah.
Because let's not leave without our weird rogue person that has the most important item.
Yeah.
Alright, so for retro art, Rallis gets there. Then we'll cast water breathing, we'll get in there.
Hmm. How am I carrying the casks of ale?
That's
Let's figure out how
interesting.
large a cask of ale is.
I mean, a cask is technically known as a barrel, which holds 288 pints each.
And we could drop it back at the haunted bell,
Yeah, that's probably fair to do that.
and then pick it back up on our way to the thing. We probably don't need to get super bogged down on those details.
So,
Cool. I just do want to know that I was just carrying like 7 barrels on my back.
yeah.
Technically, a cask can be as small as 50 liters.
Yes. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
looked it up. Cask is the general term for that shape.
Yeah.
A barrel is a specific size of that.
It could also be referring to cask as in like a wine cask, which is back going in a box.
No.
But we're also buying for the restaurants, so we would be buying big casks,
Yeah. So 50 liter
Would-
barrels probably.
which is why I was specifying as a barrel.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it
What's
would-
more, you can have had them delivered to the restaurant.
yeah, let's do that.
Oh, yeah. Slight extra charge, but
How much is a slight extra charge?
gold piece.
Okay.
Fine, I already bargained him down about 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll chuck in that extra gold piece.
Anyway. With the benefits of water breathing, do you then wish to spend some time searching the harbour for some combination of gold and bronze dragon?
Still not there.
Well, let's assume that you are there. Let's say that we've waited for you.
I mean, I'm waiting on Tim to answer something, so.
Sorry.
Yay!
Which one are you waiting on me to answer?
Second line of the main one.
Da, 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 da.
The one I just reacted to.
Yeah. Ah, right. Da, 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 da. Sorry, I will pull you aside so I can just do that in voice chat rather than text.
Alright.
Ooh, secret stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so you are asking Galore about the gold dragon itself?
Yes.
Yes.
Like, as in, I want to know what he knows. Well, I'm assuming it's here anyway. I want to know what he knows about the dragon, like the name, like how long it's been there, just everything it knows in general.
Right. So, the gold dragon's name is Oranax. He was befriended by the previous owner of the Dragon Staff, who was a powerful mage in the city at the time.
Yep.
The Spell Plague is a major event in the recent history of Waterdeep. I can't remember the specifics of it, but I think magic failed for a while, and powerful mage kind of went mad. Anyway, he then entrusted the so Mariel was the mage, entrusted the dragon staff to Oranax, his friend who was living with him in the dragon tower in the castle ward. I think it was in the castle ward. Anyway, sometime later, I don't know how long, when Neverember became Open Lord of Waterdeep, he made a deal with Oranax that Oranax could keep the dragon staff rather than Neverember taking it. In exchange for that and a fairly sizable payment in gemstones, Oranax was then requested to protect the vault and its gold until such a time as Neverember or his appointed vassals would remove the gold.
Yeah.
When there was no more treasure stored in the vault, Oranax would then be allowed to return to the city, the tower, and whatever else.
Yep.
That clearly hasn't happened yet.
Yes. So with following that same line of questioning, did the dragon have any particular ideals or like desires or anything? Like anything that would be used to strike up a conversation with it or a deal that Galore would know?
Again, Gold Dragon is lawful good.
Yep.
And during his time within the city, having befriended one of the powerful protective mages of the city, Oranax would very much have an intent to protect the city, do what's in the best interests of the city.
Yeah.
And so again, very much you have the implication that Neverember didn't specify where the gold came from.
Yeah.
And the payment was good enough that Oranax was tempted by the idea of having a fairly decent hoard, that he was willing to ignore that.
So the Oranax isn't necessarily the brightest and can overlook things, or at least not
He's
make
bright,
himself
but
aware of things.
Yeah.
If it's good enough for him.
Yeah. Well, all dragons desire their hoard.
Yeah. Where's this dragon's tower in the city?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me see.
Because I imagine it does want to go back to its tower, and that could be a useful tool.
Ah, it's in Sea Ward. See that? Let me cross look actually double those over. Oop. What's those? That one? Yes, that one. So I'm just trying to figure this out. Oh, hey, would you look at that? Nope. Not looking in the right place. Yes, I must be. Okay. The grey circle in the C ward is where it is.
I cannot see a grey circle. I can see an orange one, but I think that was there already.
Yeah, it's just near it.
Oh, I see it now. Yes. Yeah. It's
That
Okay,
one
awesome.
is the Dragon Tower. It is right near the House of Inspired Heads.
okay. All right. Awesome. What else gonna ask? I was gonna ask something about Neverember, but I shouldn't do that right now.
Yeah.
Do. And so Oranax is he like generally friendly from what Galore knows, or is it like he's only been receptive to a few people who've like been approved by like Marrow and other people, or is it like he's generally willing to talk to anyone?
He will
'Cause,
be
like,
willing to, he's a friendly enough character. He is willing to talk to just about anyone, after a fashion. But
enough.
his job is to protect that horde, and that is what he will do. Only allowing, Neverember and his appointed vassals to remove the gold.
Yeah.
You might be able
Next-
to convince him by some means to allow you to remove the gold. I will let you figure out what that might be.
Yep. The last thing I was going to ask was, does Oranax know about Galore and the Stone of Galore?
Would know a certain amount. Would certainly know that there is some artifact keeping the secret of the vault, but probably wouldn't know anything beyond that.
So if we were to go into the vault, it wouldn't provoke an immediate reaction, him like seeing or sensing the stone.
Correct.
Okay, awesome. I think that's everything, and then I'll offer to Galore a secret in exchange for all of his help.
What do you wish to say?
I don't know, he can ask for a secret. Probably a dumb mistake, but oh well.
No, I'll let you volunteer something. He just wants to know. He wants to know everything. He's no preference for the order of it.
How much does he know about me?
He's definitely seen and been aware of what you've been doing. He's not just there when you ask for him. He is constantly present on your person, assuming you're carrying the stone.
Yep.
He's aware of what you've been doing, what information you've been gathering, and very much he can sense what's obviously present on your mind. He is aware of your desires, your intentions.
Okay. Well, so he knows that I am a changeling then.
Correct.
Yep. Okay.
Or he will have pieced that together, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
At least
in that
something
case,
of that kind.
Yeah. In that case, I'll tell him two things. I'll let him in on the fact that, like, I'll tell him information about the story of how we have. What was the name of the Nimble right now? Guild? Not guild. Restaurant.
Modo.
Modo. I'll tell him about Modo and how he used to be like an assassin sort of thing, and then I'll let him in on the vague notions of an idea I'm forming of how to become a key figure in Waterdeep and hold some amount of power over like the Masked Lords or the Open Lord.
Please do tell. My own
Well, the idea currently is there's a vault of a lot of money that's being embezzled, and then there's a very powerful dragon who I now know wants something very particularly, and if I play my cards right, I could use that to hold power over the Open Lord or the Masked Lords, or even become one myself.
We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, that's the vague notion so far, but I think those two things should make Galore pretty happy for the moment.
Very well.
As just like an exchange for everything he's done to help so far. So I wanted to feel like more like this is a partnership rather than he has to force things out of me and I'm just getting things out of him.
Very good. Well, with that, I will head us back to the thing. Okay.
Took your time.
Yeah, sorry.
We
Well,
got
that
onto
question,
We got on to our own secrets while you guys were gone.
yeah.
and I'll never know what they were because I wasn't recording that.
Yay!
Can we
Oh, good.
ask like what are mer people good creatures or
Relatively
creatures?
good, I think, but more importantly, they are protected. Let me just check.
If we do have to have a run-in with the dragon, could we get the mer people to help us attack it?
Ooh, that
While
is
you're
an
doing
interesting
that, I will pull up to the docks and meet you guys, and you'll see me pull up and notice I look disheveled and out of sorts, and I'll fill you in that my contacts knew nothing. Well, they knew some things and were very interested in having the dragon removed. They didn't really specify by what means. But
Dragon?
as the bronze dragon.
Okay.
And then as I headed this way, I passed by the theater of the Pink Flump Theater, and that caused the stone to react somehow. And as a result, I collapsed and was unconscious for like maybe a minute or two.
Oh.
And I had to be helped up by a few people, but I was able to see the dragon sort of, and I don't know, like kind of hear its story and like just know things about it. So I know the dragon is called Oranax, and he seems to be willing mostly to talk to anyone and doesn't seem to be like openly like aggressive or like super defensive, but it seems that we could openly talk to him and like make a deal or something like that. And I just learned a few other things about its past, about how it has the staff and like how it got here because a wizard like was friends with it and some other stuff.
Does it want to be freed or is it happy with its treasure?
That is an interesting one because it seems to be happy with a deal it's made currently, but it also kind of wants to be in a different place.
Different life.
Cool. That's
How much-
good information. Thank you.
But yeah, that took a lot out of me. As I said, I collapsed as I passed by that theater.
You
mean-
need healing.
I could
I
probably
think I'm mostly fine at the moment.
probably
I'll
use
keep you updated though.
message
not-
to communicate with it.
The dragon.
I don't mind healing.
If it gives me permission, I think it's fine.
Well, once again, the dragon, you won't be able to communicate with the dragon without being there in person to see it. And once we're at that point, it's just going to talk to us anyway, more than likely. So message isn't useful there.
I don't think I have to see it to be able to communicate it with.
You have
You
to
have to point at it.
and you can't point through a wall or a floor or a ceiling. And
Yeah,
Can't?
anything thicker than like it says it in the spell. You can't pass
Oh,
a
yeah.
message through a bunch of surfaces.
Okay, cool. How thick is the door?
very thick.
Okay, well that's
Also magically watered, so it wouldn't go through anyway.
Magically worded.
So
Okay.
It's very.
you can cast a spell through solid objects if you're familiar with the target.
Which you are not.
Yes, that's the first line of the second part.
Which brings up the thing I was mentioning before as well. Once again, dragons are revered and held up as like semi-godlike figures. If you cast a spell like message on it, it's more than likely going to look at you and go, do I want to talk to this person? Do I not? And if it says no, you won't be able to do anything.
That's why it's a
Oh.
cantrip.
To be fair, it is just it's magical communication. It's not
Yeah.
some major influence of it. It's not like they have to they're forced to listen and understand and believe what's being said. It's a conversation that's just
I
quiet.
mean, the
Yeah,
thing is,
yeah.
they can hear it and not respond.
Correct.
Can
That too.
dragon
Yeah.
could the dragon open the vault from the inside?
Are they on the inside or on the outside?
They're on the inside. As far as I know, I would say they can't open it. But from the memories that I have, the only reason I'd say that is because they've never tried, as far as what I can see, and as they're also kind of happy with the arrangement they have. So it's
the doors
possible.
need the keys to be opened.
Would
But
there be a
but anyone, well, the doors can be closed from either side or open from either side. They don't
so
require the keys to be closed.
so you're saying that if is it possible that there's a bronze dragon scale inside the vault?
Possibly.
Well, it wouldn't matter.
Because then
Yeah.
the dragon could use it to open the door from the
Well,
inside.
we can't
once it-
contact
We
the
can't,
dragon.
we
The dragon
can't
doesn't
talk to
trust
the
us.
dragon.
We can't.
Mm.
It won't work.
We need to stop going down this line because it's not going to
Yes.
work.
I think, like, why did we move away? We were at the bronze dragon. We were going to negotiate for its.
Yes.
We were going to jump in the water. Let's jump in the water. Let's grab some gold. Let's talk to the dragon. Let's try to lower the price from 1,000 by explaining that we're trying to recover gold that has been taken through exploitation of the city.
Hey Ren, do you know of the relationship between bronze and gold dragons?
I actually don't know. Off the top of my
Probably
head. I
not
can probably,
not
I
great.
can probably think really hard and see if I can remember.
Wow.
Run into your mind palace.
Yeah.
Most
Anyway-
metallic dragons tend to get along reasonably well. Some prefer their solitude more than others. And so, gold and bronze dragons aren't hostile to each other inherently, but they may or may not be explicitly friendly with each other.
Okay.
Alright,
So
let's,
we should,
let's do this.
yeah, let's go. Okay, so
All right.
I cast water breathing on everyone,
Okay.
Water breathe.
and let's jump into the water and collect some gold.
Instead of collecting gold, I'll just turn the silver eye touch into wood so it floats up to the surface to be collected later.
Into wood.
Yeah, because then it floats up and then it's easier to collect back at the surface.
And no one will steal it either because it's just wood. They're gonna look at it like, why is all this wood here?
There
Exactly.
must be another shipwreck.
Yeah,
It must have been another shipwreck.
it's actually quite a cool idea.
And hopefully some of it will wash up as well, so we won't even have to collect all of it.
Just
Alright.
be prepared in negotiating with said dragon. You may not be able to get gold and both dragon to leave. Unless you want to kill it, which is another matter altogether.
Well,
We need to
Don't
talk
worry
to
about-
it first.
yeah, we can worry about getting it to leave later.
Yeah.
So,
Secondary.
firstly, are
Where do
you
we drop it?
searching for gold yourself? Are you searching for gold and treasure that is sunken down into the harbour yourself to be able to?
I
collect? You are.
Think so.
I'm mostly looking for platinum.
Okay.
I would. Be
You will
looking
find
for,
what you
like-
find. There is also the matter of treasures that have been crafted, various intricate artworks or costly goblets, things of that sort, tend to be worth more than their weight in gold.
Yeah.
Are there any like magical items down here?
I'll be looking for those specifically.
Can we roll an
They
investigation?
They are
check to see what
generally
we find?
easier to find. Magical items tend to be easier to find because they act
'Cause
as a
they're
little
different.
beacon. They act as a
Yeah.
bit
They
of a
have an
beacon
aura.
if you've got the ability to detect magic. But
Um,
it is
Can
a
we
large
roll-
harbour. There is much treasure that has been dropped over the years, so it is very possible there are magic items still within the harbour. So,
I
what
would
do
be
you
look-
wish to do? So, what are you looking for specifically? What are you wanting to do to enhance your ability to find it? And then I will figure out some checks for you to make.
Can I cast the? I think I have detect magic. Yeah, I can cast it as ritual. Then I can turn it into wood so it floats up and bring it, and then after a while I can bring all the magic objects into shore.
Magic
okay?
items won't be able to be transfigured in that way.
Okay, I'll just bring them up to shore by normal means.
You are able to carry things yourself, is the thing. So,
I, using my awesome dark vision stuff things, will be looking mainly for shipwrecks and like investigating them, and I won't touch anything physically. I'll be using mage hand the entire time.
Hold on, can I
good idea.
also use can I turn the things, any silver I see, into wood, and then get unseen servant to put it all on at the shore in one pile?
That is very much a possibility. Let me actually check the description of those spells. Unseen Servant.
They're both concentration spells.
Unseen Servant only lasts for an hour. It is a straight duration.
It's not a concentrate. I don't think unseen servant is a concentration.
No, that's what he just
Detect
said.
magic is concentration,
Yeah.
as is your transmutation effect.
I will use detect magic.
Okay.
That is an option.
There
Okay.
is,
Cool.
however, a very broken but complicated way that you can force things so you can concentrate on two spells, but yeah, it's very complicated. Other
So,
than that,
detect
there's only
magic
one other
works
creature.
to a range of 30 feet.
Yeah.
So you still need to do most of the work to go through and find the things.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
Okay, I'll cast unseen servant and then start turning things into wood. That's my job done.
I'd probably suggest you don't cast it until you found something.
No, why
Unseen
not?
Servant only lasts for an hour, and it will take quite a while to find any reasonable amount of stuff.
I only need to find. Okay. Yeah, well, I need to cast it as a ritual, so. Okay.
Does water breathing last?
24 hours straight duration.
24 hours. Yeah, we got plenty of time. Could we cast detect magic while while we're swimming around, see if there's any like magic items around?
Anyone who has detect magic up, please roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Ooh.
Investigate.
Damn investigation.
Investigation.
This is specifically searching for magic items.
Yes.
Yes. So just give me a second.
24.
16.
Investigation.
Correct. If you've got detect magic.
Yep.
16.
16.
I'll spread that chat.
Two 16s and a 24.
2 16s and a 24.
Nice.
The harbour is large and you scour it for quite a while, only being able to functionally see 30 feet away from you has the effect of limiting how effective your search can be.
I cast
Alright.
dancing lights.
Within about... That won't have an effect on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
I was
not,
gonna say,
in this case, it's not the visibility. I imagine you will have lights up of some description anyway, so you can actually just see generally. This is a matter of you're searching for magical items, and it is, especially given the circumstances, without detect magic, they will be indistinguishable from regular objects.
Yes.
Parparan,
is
after about
Yeah.
10 minutes of searching
Very
for
cool.
these, about like 50 meters away from where you first touched
I
the
know.
bottom of the harbor, you see this glowing point, and you can go over and find it. Figure out what table to roll on for that.
The 7th one.
What are you guys doing?
Okay.
Oh.
Just need to find my various roll tables. 4 roll tables.
Is the harbor map to scale?
Absolutely not.
I was gonna say, because
Although-
otherwise I can see
Insane.
everything.
Yeah, so
Why?
I mean, perhaps this is to scale for some small chunk of it. Is probably
Okay,
the better way to put that. This is just to set the theme.
Okay, well, within this small chunk, my dark vision is the entire range.
Excellent. Come on.
Yeah, I can see corner to corner.
How far is that?
The corner to corner is like 120 feet exactly. I can see up to 120 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baparan, can you please roll a D100 for me?
D100.
We're magic item table.
Magic
Please
item
be something cool.
tables. Actually, this is the treasure hoard table. I'm trying to randomly determine which magic item table I'm going to roll on.
Oh, fair enough.
42.
Best number.
42.
One of them.
Universe.
Yeah, you've solved all our problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I'll let you roll one more time, given you got a 24 investigation with it.
17.
Roll again. Sorry, ignoring rolls below 30. Just for reason.
Okay. Okay. I'm assuming I'm re-rolling that one too.
Which one? It didn't come up.
It didn't come up?
It came up in the D&D Beyond chat. It was a 1.
One.
A 1 on a D100 is rare.
Yeah.
You could say it even has a 1% chance.
Yeah, something like.
Same as
Ooh.
getting 1 below the number you told him not to roll below.
Yeah. I am terrible at this today.
Just roll it better.
There we
42
go.
again.
Oh,
Okay,
Get your bad luck out of the
They
way.
really wanted the 42.
so this within 50 meters of where you first touched down on the bottom, you managed to find some little glowing point,
Okay.
which is a sealed tube with a spell scroll in it. You will later come to the surface and open it up, and it is written down on it, a cantrip.
What cantrip?
depressing.
I will figure that out later.
That is really depressing.
Is it message?
Maybe.
See, there's so many options. Like, there's a gem that can give you an extra spell.
No, it's
slot.
True
Like,
Strike. Sorry, just given that series of rolls, it is absolutely True Strike.
oh no.
At least
Not
it's
True Strike.
Okay, so
I will let it be an enhanced version of True Strike, though. Bonus
Okay,
action
yes.
can apply to the same turn.
Yes, otherwise it just sucks.
Like the worst.
Anyway, let us continue. So, in the search
Really good.
for treasure and gold, can everyone please make an investigation check?
Yes, sir. Oh no.
All double 18.
ooh, 23.
That is a horribly
Oh my
bad roll.
goodness. Curtis.
Finding all the
16.
silver.
You're letting us down
Nice.
here.
All
rolling a 5 with all our high rolls. Can't believe you.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I'm gonna find all the silver.
Over the span of about an hour or so, you each managed to find that many gold pieces worth of treasure.
Oh, that many gold pieces.
Correct.
Wait,
I didn't
That we
even
rolled.
get half of what I spent on casts
we all managed to find how much?
Gordonian,
with a natural 20.
with the natural 20,
Double.
you find double.
Nice.
Okay.
Yay.
Do I find
Um,
10?
Okay. Can we now look for the dragon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we just convert that gold to pieces and just put it in our inventory now?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, but I will do my thing, examining a shipwreck using mage hand to touch stuff, etc., to find a dragon.
yes. So, investigating the shipwreck specifically, please roll an investigation check.
17.
17. You do find... You find a number of shipwrecks. Particularly, you go through some of the rockier areas where shipwrecks are more likely to happen. Some of them seem... Well, they are of various time frames of having been down here. Some of them fairly recent, within the last couple of years or so, and some of them probably predate the city. Some of them, you notice particularly, have fresh damage to them from claw marks, it seems to be. Perhaps
just about to
the
ask
dragon
that.
has been coming through and plundering the shipwrecks for their treasure. Before too long, combination of getting the sense for the directions that he's moving, where he's going around, you can figure out roughly where he is and get close enough to tell, especially with your enhanced vision, that you see some amount of movement, that is a flash of bronze within one of the shipwrecks ahead.
Okay, well, I assume everyone was coming along with me, or if not, I'll go back and tell them and usher them along, and I'll get everyone to stop at like a distance I think is far enough that the dragon doesn't see or detect us.
Yep.
And then we can work out our
reasonably easy
plan.
enough to achieve.
Should I... Maybe, I don't know. Hold on. I have a spell that could work here.
Do not just openly cast spells next to a dragon, please.
They detect magic?
Oh, okay, no, that's probably fine. I just didn't want you casting something like harmful right next to a dragon.
No, not harmful, not harmful. Something that will keep us on scene.
So, what are you trying to do?
Well, first I need to figure out which spell I'm getting rid of, and then I could probably use invisibility. But I don't know if that will work on multiple people.
Well,
Generally
Are we trying to sneak up to the dragon? I thought we were trying to talk to the dragon first.
Yeah, we're trying to talk to
Okay.
the first.
So we should try to get its attention then from a safe distance.
Oh.
Yes. Which, I mean, I actually have a great idea for that. How far away is the dragon from us right now?
How close do you want to try and get? Ren, through his contact and investigations, would find dragons like that tend to have dark vision to about 120 feet.
Can we sit just off of the edge of that?
You certainly can.
Go 130 feet.
Yeah,
Yep,
so say
and
130 feet from the shipwreck. That's entirely achievable.
Yep, and then I will nudge Gordonian forward and say, now's your time to shine.
Don't die.
Wait, what am I?
What have you been wanting to do this entire time?
What's the one goal in mind that you have not let go of?
Something that would get the attention of a dragon without making it openly hostile.
a way that we could communicate with the dragon from a distance.
Message.
Oh, it won't let me. Okay, it's not the same level as the.
So what are you doing there, Gordonian?
So
He said,
you want me to use message now?
I didn't say anything explicitly, but you did seem to want to do that.
If you are trying to stay close enough, I'll have you roll a stealth check.
Oh, well, we're sitting all about 130. I'm nudging Gordonian forward.
Yeah, I'll head forward and use message.
What do you wish to
With-
say?
We have. I'd like to tell it we have enough treasure to bargain with if it's interested.
Do we though?
well, we
Not
need
quite what I
we
was
need to-
hoping for.
No, I don't. What do you? Can someone
You've
give
already
me?
said that, so
Yeah, the communicator makes yourself.
oh no,
Uh,
we've already nudged him forward.
Yeah, and Gordonian
I'll swim
saying
back.
Yes, but you've presumably
Okay.
nudged him forwards with some indication of what you were offering.
Yeah, well, I said we need to get his attention, then nudged him forward and said it's his time to shine. So we've already given him the information.
We don't want to talk about price right now.
I don't. I know. I'll
We
swim back.
want to let him know that we're here. That's literally
Can
what he
you
said.
all please make a stealth check for me?
Oh, thank you.
Gotcha.
That is a
Whoa.
29.
No.
Stealth. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rallis, you
Stealth, stealth,
sitting nice and quietly
Yeah.
and just sitting in the shadows and everyone
That's
else
the
bickering
only
amongst
one.
each other.
Yeah.
I'm being pretty quiet too, though.
Yeah, some of you being quiet, yeah.
13.
All the same, Dragon seems to notice you.
Oh, good. That's what we wanted.
Well, that works, I guess.
Now, can we tell the dragon that we wish to buy a scale off of it?
What happened to persuasion
Why?
plan?
By a scale.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
let's
so we'll
try the persuasion plan, and if he doesn't like that, we'll just try and buy. If not, we can just kill him. And we have a
Hope
bunch
you-
of dragon scales.
or we could, just fight it enough to steal a scale and then run away.
No, we'll fight it. Rallis will steal it.
Okay.
If we manage to get into
Me, the
water,
heavy lifting here.
Exactly.
if we get into Waterdeep, doesn't the other dragon have stuff that will protect us?
Yeah, if we swim towards Waterdeep.
The dragon will not be able to enter Waterdeep, no. We will not
Right.
be protected by another dragon, he just won't be able to enter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can still shoot fire at us or whatever he shoots out of his mouth.
Anyway, whoever is able to discuss with the dragon, can they discuss with the dragon?
I
Can't
think
we-
we're all within range at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
has
but
the
I mean,
dragon
we're
gone to
underwater.
us?
I can't speak, for example.
I'm not sure if they have
Wait.
common.
Does water breathing not allow you to speak? I can't remember.
You can speak to a reasonable extent.
Okay.
Well, then,
Limits
can we-
primarily limits the distance to which you can be heard. But otherwise is achievable. And you have access to magic, which lets you communicate over 120 feet, pretty guaranteed.
Alright, can we try to communicate that we're not aggressive? We're looking to buy a scale for a noble cause.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh,
Can other people make a
All of us?
specific as well?
Can I-
open
can
to
I-
a persuasion plan.
Can I help this?
You can.
I'm gonna help.
Do you want to use my
So-
persuasion?
So
Yeah,
either
let's use other people's persuasions. I can't.
so some
I
two of
suspect-
you can make that persuasion check.
Yeah, I suspect I currently have the highest persuasion, but I'm just gonna leave it.
What is your persuasion?
+9.
Yours is absolutely higher.
I have a +0 and you got a
Nine.
16.
I have a +7.
Yeah, so
I have a
between
plus
Ren and
six.
Estelle.
I have
Um,
-1. I am staying out of this.
I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
27.
So the young dragon storms out at you, roaring murderous threats as far as Draconic is concerned. But you convey your intent of peace
Hold up.
reasonably well. Yes?
What does he say in Draconic? Because I can speak Draconic.
Leave me
Murderous
be.
intent.
What?
Leave me be.
Ultimately translates to leave me be. Leave me in peace.
Yeah, fair. Fair enough.
Leave
Go
me
away
be.
before I kill you. But you have his attention.
I'm just chilling back here, invisible.
Cool.
Effort hiding behind some rock.
Yeah.
We
I'm gonna
wish.
swim forward.
I'll also swim forward.
There's no
We
point hiding
wish-
at this point.
Spy skill off of you, Mr. Dragon.
Can we swim forward to maybe around 60 feet from it or something like that?
Certainly. You have control of your figures.
Yes, I know. Just how far are we currently from it? I know I'm like 45 feet anyway.
About 55.
I'll stand back here.
I don't know
for
if
you.
my totem is in here.
That's your turn then.
Unless you're actually engaged in combat, the specifics don't matter too much. But what do you wish to say to him?
We are not here for hostile intent. We are here. We beg for your help.
Make a persuasion check.
Ah, great! Another one of these.
Can we help?
Nope.
Right.
Look,
You can't have help?
this is just going to be a fairly consistent low DC just to maintain civility.
21.
And that is very much above the DC I had set. So yeah.
I rolled a 14.
Sorry, had you specifically requested the scale in that, or was that just
No.
no? Okay. What is
Request
it
for
you
help.
ask of me?
Mm.
We would like one of your scales as a help to save our world.
How would one of my scales help your world?
It's the key. It's the key to entering a specific area that we are never going to find one without talking with you.
And why should I care?
I mean, we can give you stuff.
We can buy it.
We could buy it. We can
Can
get
I-
people to stop like bothering you forever.
It's your world too.
At this moment, I will pop out.
Okay.
No,
Can
as in,
I-
like, pop up out of hiding.
Can I use message with whoever's talking and tell them and ask them to tell them about the cause and why it's the right thing to do? I don't know.
Other people can
you
speak as
say
well.
things.
I'm gonna pop up, and in Draconic, I will look at the dragon who is now aware of me and say, "Well, hello there, mighty bronze one. What might your name be? I've heard your kind has names, and you're very powerful, so I don't want to offend you by calling you some dragon."
Some dragon.
Some dragon.
Make a general charisma check.
Oh,
Just straight charisma.
Charisma. Oh no.
14.
Hold on, guys.
Sorry, what was that?
My
14?
persuasion's
Okay.
yeah.
So you find some more elegant way to say that. But he responds, my name is Zelifan.
Awesome. Well, Zelifan. Sorry, I have to see what it is to say it properly.
Okay.
But yeah, I say, well, insert name here. Well, we need to make a deal. We need a scale. See, we don't mean you harm. Your horde is safe. We're not here for that. We're currently trying to deal with the pit powers that be in the city. But although we do not mean you harm, there are many other players involved in this story that do mean you harm.
Players.
Players? Don't you mean
Not
people?
you.
well, not us. Like,
So we wish to negotiate a deal with you. In exchange for us possibly helping you, we'd like to hopefully receive a scale from you out of your goodwill and generosity, and have you move to a safer location.
That is pretty convincing.
Alright. Make a persuasion check.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Natural one.
Oop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Uh,
That makes me sad.
given all you've said and the consistent success of everything, I will let you have advantage on it.
Oh,
Natural one again.
there you are. Oh crap, that's the wrong thing, but it'll be the same roll. 15.
Okay. Hmm. It is a dragon.
Well, find me a safer place for my horde, and I will part with a scale for you.
Ooh.
oh, okay.
I'm very grateful for the offer. Thank you. We will work on this immediately and hope we can get this done in a reasonable time for you. I will then
really
back
nice
away
wizard's
and
tower.
confer.
What was that, sorry?
Really nice wizard's tower that we know of.
Bronze dragons prefer the water.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay, I come back and confer with you guys now.
All right, so we head out of the water now.
We should probably, like, if we need to look for another spot, we should probably split up and reverse down here.
I would suggest instead of that, we go to the docks and get a boat and go further out, or ask if there's any places nearby.
You want to sink another ship?
Wait, what?
You want to sink another ship to make another home?
No, we will avoid where the dragon is in the general area.
Well, the dragon. Well, a lot of people were saying that they want the dragon out of the area. The dragon also
Yeah.
wants to be out of the area. Seems
Yeah.
like things fine. Maybe
It's
we
a
can talk to
win-win.
the Enclave, ask if they know of any good areas around.
Yeah.
So to summarize, the next probably hour or two of returning to the surface, finding some contact with the Emerald Enclave or whoever else might know of a safe location. Ren, I'll have you make an investigation check with advantage.
Mm-hmm. That's 17 and 18. So 18.
18.
You are able to find a location, maybe half mile, quarter mile, south of the city along the coast. That is surrounded by woods around on the coast, no settlement immediately there, and there is what actually looks like it used to be one of the chromatic dragon's lair under the water.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Long since killed and looted, but is a good, safe location ripe for the taking for a dragon.
Ah, yes, where previous chromatic dragon was killed is the best place and safest place for a new one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the dragon was killed because there was a chromatic dragon in the area, and people don't like that generally.
They're cool with
Yeah.
metallic ones though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, chromatic are a bit special.
chromatic are generally evil.
Yeah.
Have the
and
propensity
very,
to,
very
ooh,
powerful.
that ship is carrying a whole lot of gold. I'm going to sink it and take that for myself, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now we need to. Do we need to move the horde for the dragon, or just tell the dragon about this spot? And
Well, if
The
we...
dragon would rather you not touch its hoard. It will move the stuff itself.
okay, cool.
So are we back
Yeah,
here
dragons
with
are
the dragon?
very. They'll touch the gold.
Yeah. Protective, to say the least. But,
Yeah. So are we back here with the dragon now?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm wanting to end the session in about half an hour from now, so just summarizing things to get through quickly.
Okay, cool.
So you are able to convey that message, and bronze dragons reasonably fast in the water, can be. Actually fast to flying. But he very quickly goes and ascertains that, yes, there is a quite nice location, and thanks you for the offer of a slightly safer, less bothersome place to be, where people aren't about to come and try and remove him by force. Other places he's been have not been so considerate. And so,
Cool.
reaches over and very forcefully, as is required, plucks one of his scales from just behind one of his wings, I think, would be a suitable place.
I'll look
And-
away for this part.
And
It looked like it hurt.
presents it to you.
Awesome.
Alright,
I
cool.
take it and then I ask, as like just before he leaves, if he knows of Oranax.
Not a clue.
Okay, right, awesome.
This is a fairly young gold dragon. Sorry, young bronze dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
There is some age definition on that, but it's not terribly old. And again, bronze dragons will tend to spend most of their life in and around and underwater. Gold dragons
Yeah.
in and around and on land.
So if he were a gold dragon instead, maybe.
Then perhaps. But
So
nonetheless, you are able to make your way safely back to the city proper.
and let's head to the thing, right? The vault.
You may
Yep.
certainly try.
Oh, we need to pick up the kegs from the restaurant.
Oh, yeah,
And-
that's easy. Let's grab the
Yeah.
kegs. Grab a keg. Grab a cask.
We also may want to long rest real quick because someone used a spell slot, I think.
Yeah, well, we use like one spell slot.
A bunch of us used detect magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's like a first level spell slot.
It's also
Yeah,
a
but
ritual.
once, yeah, you got to be careful because one spell slot can mean a difference.
Okay, we probably should long rest. Like, it's
Okay.
not going to do anything with the timing because no one else really knows where to go.
Alright, fair. Let's quickly long rest and then let's head off.
Can we long rest, Tim?
You can long rest. You are on your way back to your restaurant. You are ambushed by a few small forces of Xanathar Guild trying to secure the stone back, but not a forceful enough opposition to really pose much of a threat to you.
A fireball.
Precisely, you have some more powerful magics at your disposal now. Casting Fireball within the city is generally
cast
frowned
Fireball.
upon.
I can
Um,
cast it twice.
I have a scary spell
I
that
cast
will make
conjure
them.
animals, cows fall from the sky in a rain.
Yeah.
I just have
Can I
Fury.
call like thunder?
But that is easily enough
Yeah.
dealt with, as we saw last time. You can deal with the Xanathar forces fairly effectively. It would take quite a
Very-
dedicated attack to be of much threat to you.
They did have a dedicated attack and they died in a surprise round.
Hmm.
They need
Chaos
to bring
Vault
out their
is
elites
wild.
to do anything.
That was great.
You spend the night, you regain your energies, and are able to make your way to the Pink Flump Theatre the next morning. Let me
let's go.
find some descriptions.
Can I spawn a flump?
Not at will, no. Sorry.
I just want to have a pink flump for the Pink Flump Theatre.
Yeah.
Pink flump. Oh, this is where we are now. Okay.
So,
Is that an inn? That is an inn.
It's a theatre.
Theater.
it is a theatre. Stage
What are-
productions.
Yeah, so it effectively works the exact same way. You just can't stay there.
Well, it is. It doesn't serve
You stay
drinks
there
or
for a
food.
period of time.
It serves
But I see bedrooms.
entertainment.
What? No, usually theaters will like serve you food and stuff, so you can basically get everything, like not quite as like quality as like a full meal you get at a restaurant, but you can get everything you can get at a restaurant at a theater. You just can't live there usually.
You can get everything in the theatre as restaurant offers at twice the expense.
Yes,
that
that
too.
too.
Partly because
At
they don't make it
twice the
themselves; they
expense.
outsource it from another place, and so it's
But yeah, so this from a restaurant.
covering all their costs.
They outsourced it from us.
English.
Not likely, but perhaps.
Can we get them to outsource it from us?
Yeah, we would make profit from that, wouldn't we?
I think it's
You
been
don't make the
besides
kind
point.
of thing that they would serve.
Aww.
You make
Yes,
far more
we're
homely kind of meals that are.
Oh,
We
that's
make-
right.
we
We
make
make them
better
more
stuff.
homely, like dinner comfort food.
Yeah, they're more
You
after
can't have that in a
finger food
theater.
snack kind of things, but
Yeah.
They serve macas at the theatre.
What if we make a whole new menu just for the theater?
you might be able to persuade a local theatre to take you up on that. But so
Little
the name of the Pink
finger
Flump Theatre
bite.
is displayed on a sign mounted out on the building's facade. Posted on the outside walls advertise the latest shows: Meet the Goodberries and Kiss of the Lemire, a creature reminiscent of a sphinx. Various production, a couple of the current productions that you may wish to look into. It now being the early hours of the morning, the backstage area is abuzz with halfling actors preparing costumes and the stage settings, getting ready for the afternoon show.
Ugh. Halfling.
Now for the slightly difficult part.
The theatre is not closed per se, it's open enough, it's just not serving customers. It's not. It is
Can we-
available to pre-order tickets and things of that sort, if you wish
Can
to
we
do so.
threaten the halfling to?
Why?
Why?
Why do we need to threaten?
No reason.
But we could bribe him. Money solves
Threaten-
everything.
Threatening is more fun.
Oh, I
We
don't
could get the
know
guards
what that is.
involved.
What's your alignment? Really coming to question your alignment.
Yeah, it's making me question too, which is kind of concerning. Well, I informed the group that we need to get into a dressing room. I'm not sure exactly which one. I assume, well, I personally don't know. I assume in my memories I would know. But we need to get into a dressing room, which I'm assuming is the rooms back behind the stage.
Yes, the series of rooms at the back are the dressing rooms.
Okay, well, there's a side entrance up here. Up there as
I'm
well.
willing to bet it's this one. Or this one. It's one of these two.
Alright, should we go in through this door up here? See what we can do up there?
Certainly
I have a
can.
feeling it's
Good
gonna be one
idea.
of these. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up the top and do a bit of a perception check, or just see to see if there's any guards or anyone locking the door.
There are no
Where-
guards. It is quite apparent to see. There are no guards. There are no. There's no particular security, and frankly, there's not much to steal in theaters generally. They tend to save as much money as they can in producing their productions, and most of the money doesn't stay on site for much time at all. And beyond that, there are usually all manner of strangers and deliveries coming in at all hours except for during the performances themselves. So if you wish to try and blend in, you would need to disguise yourselves in some manner, but it wouldn't be too hard to do so.
Sorry. Tim?
Hmm?
May I have my totem?
Let me find... There you go.
Totem?
Thank you.
Oh, your token.
Yeah,
I was like, wait, there's a new bard subclass of totems?
I wish.
Wait, so is this door locked?
No. Again, they are
Okay,
currently
awesome.
preparing for the afternoon's production, and so particularly the backstage doors, are unlocked with people going through them reasonably frequently, bringing things in and out.
Do we
Let's
want to
walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we just want to walk in and say that we're here to play adventurers?
Wee.
I love how that's not lying.
I mean, I am holding a bow.
Make a persuasion or deception check.
Do we all do that?
Only him?
Just to
Oh.
whoever's idea that was.
Me.
Oh yeah, someone
Does
else.
someone want to help?
I do want
can.
to help. If Tim will allow it,
Okay.
I would like to help
With
that.
advantage,
Oh.
that's 26.
Oh, please.
That's
Please let me help him.
They both
Yeah,
both
you got
rolled
the
a
same roll.
26. Yeah.
Okay. Well, a couple of the disgruntled actors busy in what they're doing in their preparations, their line rehearsals and whatever else are intrigued by your presence and exasperated by it more than surprised or annoyed. Explicitly annoyed. But they wave you through the manager's office is down the other end. Go talk to him if you want to audition for some later play.
Alright.
Let you through at your discretion.
I have a fear spell. Was it
Idiots.
not too late to use this on a halfling?
It's unnecessary. We're in.
No. Which room is it?
That is an excellent and
Yeah.
Tim's dead.
sorry about that.
Good job.
You've been having more consistent rooms. Anyway, that is an interesting and largely unnecessary question. Let me see.
What would happen if I cast Fireball
Rallis,
in here?
make a history check for me.
Yep. 14.
14. You can't remember specifically which one it is. You think it's in one of the last 3 rooms,
Okay.
Can we?
best you can remember. And you
Oh.
also recall that it is very well hidden.
Can we use an Everyone make an investigation check.
And cast Detect Magic when we get to around them. So it's gonna be magic.
Let's head towards the manager's office and then like sneak into one of the rooms.
And watch there be
Yeah.
people in there.
So
Oh, well.
there are some people, there are some actors in a couple of the rooms. The last, probably about half of the rooms are empty. most of the actors are on the stage performing and practicing there, or just immediately behind the stage. So the dressing rooms themselves are currently largely empty, including those last 3. So, can you make a perception check to check whichever room you want to do first?
I'm assuming there's multiple people with me doing this as well, so
Correct.
Okay, so we can all
So,
because
what are
of
we
that.
rolling?
Perception.
perception.
Perception? Okay.
Perception.
Perception.
Whoa, 26.
Perception.
17.
Ah.
4.
That's the best one!
you somehow got lower than me.
All in all, a fairly poor showing there.
I mean,
But
Can I use
I
it?
wonder
Ren
why.
goes,
I rolled well first time the entire game
yeah.
on
Um,
this session.
So, all in all, you're all trying to look around, trying to find some hidden latch or something that'll open it.
I just cast
Can't
detect
find
magic.
anything. You could. Ren, you managed to find there is a particular one of the dressing rooms, the second from last one. There is a particular panel in the middle of the floor that is just a little bit too regular in this pattern of the floorboards, and you can you very much can tell this looks like it's a trapdoor.
Yay!
Yay,
Trapdoors!
Trapdoors.
Trapdoor.
Let's go.
Trapdoor.
Pushing detect magic up if you wish to do that.
Yes, I am.
Actually, Rallis, I'll have you make a stealth or deception check just on behalf of the party.
Alright,
He's the best person to make stealth
15.
checks.
Yeah, you're a little odd. It's a bit strange that these people are looking around in these dressing rooms, but they've got better things to do at the moment. But detect magic, you can tell that there is some strong abjuration magic on this floor.
Oh, it's this one. It's abjuration magic. Whatever that is.
Protective, defensive.
Yeah, no.
A
I don't-
fairly common thing to happen, a fairly common thing for when you've got a locked thing is there's a spell called Arcane Lock, which will magically secure a door or something of that sort, which is very likely what this is. Tends to make
Checking my
it quite
spells.
hard to force open, but possible usually.
Yeah, I don't know if that's spell type. That's why I was saying I don't know that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna just try and open the trapdoor thing when it's pointed out to me.
Make an athletics check.
Alright,
It's
it's
trapped.
gonna suck.
Hmm?
Woo!
You can't even get a hold on it to open it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And is it unlocked?
It is very much locked.
Damn it.
Or at least magically locked, rather than some mechanical lock binding it shut.
Can you
Oh.
still break it down?
You could possibly break it open.
We don't want to break stuff because if we break it and then people come into this room, kind of not a good idea of that. Have just a hole in the room. Does the stone do anything once you've touched the trapdoor, Rallis?
I can try it. I was kind of hoping it would just do like something where you're holding it. Well, it's on my person anyway.
So, the stone doesn't have any direct reaction to it.
Mm,
Well, that's unfortunate. Hey, Artificer.
right there. Right.
I'm trying to pick up the. Is there like a handle on this trapdoor?
Definitely not.
Can I make an Arcana check to figure out how it's opened?
Go ahead, make an Arcana check.
Hey, Barbarian, can you come open this?
Can I just hold detect magic over it?
Yeah, you're doing that, I imagine.
I
Yeah.
think Detect Magic just tells you if there's magic. I'm not sure if it would tell you much
kind
more
of
than the
magic?
type of
It
magic.
tells you a few things, yeah.
Yeah.
So, with that Arcana check, knowing where to look for it now, and inspecting the perimeter of that door, you can see, you can just barely pick out a trace of magic around it, which is, you can figure out is definitely an arcane lock spell, which magically secures any kind of opening thing. Generally, they have a password of some kind to open. What that is, you're not
Yeah.
sure. As well as that, any magic that will suppress magic, so anti-magic fields or dispel magic, things like that, will cancel it out for some amount of time. Casting Knock will also open it for a while, but that is a very obvious spell to cast.
Can if I used if I use Minor Alchemy, would it remove the spell from the trapdoor, or does it have no effect?
That wouldn't have any kind of effect on it, unfortunately. You could also, it is also possible to force it open, but Arcane Lock dramatically increases how strong how strong whatever lock there is existing on it. I hope those words came out in a vaguely intelligible manner.
Yes.
So, it would be
Where's our
possible to
Artificer?
force this open, but it would be very challenging.
Yeah, we have a person for this, but I don't think he's here.
What's going on?
Wait, is that you, Barbarian?
For
Oh
what?
no. Oh.
Oh, that's you not. Oh, Barbarian, can you come open this?
Yeah. Let's see what I can do.
Thank you. I mean, Artificer, Magic Lock, also Artificer with strong armor.
Yeah.
Alright. So, firstly, do you have any means of dispelling the magic of it or breaking through it?
Unfortunately, knock is not one of the spells that I have access to.
Tinker Tool.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Does Arcane Lock, does that prevent me from trying to pick the lock at all, or?
There isn't a mechanical lock to pick.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could try and rig up some mechanism to increase your ability to force it open.
Is this
Yeah.
the lock that opens up when we have an invisible creature cask of ale and the bronze?
No,
No.
No.
this is
Wouldn't
further.
he-
That is further in.
Couldn't he, being an Artificer, use his Tinker's Tools to examine the actual spell itself and make adjustments to it? Or he could even infuse the hatch itself.
Sorry, say that again.
Couldn't he, as an Artificer, use his Tinker Tools to actually examine the spell itself and possibly make adjustments? Or he also has the option to, I can't remember what it's called. It's not an infusion. It's the other thing where he can actually magically enchant and adjust actual magical objects and stuff.
I don't see that in my.
There's an extent of stuff that he would be able to do, but
Yeah, I think it's called Artifice or something.
yeah, it's generally the intent of it. But it's,
Yeah.
this is a more permanent, robust thing that's already here. That's a little harder to mess with.
Oh, strength it is then.
Strength it is. All right. So what type of check am I doing here?
Who's the strongest person?
Barbaran.
That would be me.
Cool. Well, do your thing.
Am I just doing a strength check?
Athletics check. You can,
Athletics.
if you're just doing it straight up, then you can at most have advantage on it. But you might want to, well, give that a go first. Go with an athletics check.
Athletics with advantage.
Alright. You're able to, particularly using some tools to find the gaps and get that to actually have something to pull against, you're able to get to as best a position you can, and it is holding fast very securely.
I was thinking of magical team. That was what it was.
Yeah.
It is.
We fireball it.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not going to do that.
Probably not a good idea.
Well, this Gordonian, do you have knock as one of your spells?
Unfortunately, not.
Oh. So we would need a password. Would that have been something that you would remember, Rallis?
Not currently.
Great.
Like I've got like memories of a lot of things, but not this hatch.
Not this app.
I guess I can think really hard.
It's
Can
gotta
you-
be something.
Could you break down the wood around the trapdoor? Like, I mean, not fully break down, but like peel off the wood from the surrounding place. Wood. Peel the
No,
wood
'cause
from.
it strengthens it.
No, but like around the arcane lock.
Yeah, it strengthens it.
Can we just knock on this door?
On the trapdoor.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
sure.
I knock on the trapdoor. Sounds like no reply.
Sounds like you're knocking on a wooden floor. It is very well hidden.
Nice.
Now, I will
Please.
just point out, Barbaran, you are able to attempt to set up some mechanism over top of it to give you a better chance of opening it. And
Okay.
Estelle, you have Bardic Inspiration, which lets you give a bonus to rolls.
That's right.
If anyone else has a
Right.
similar effect, you can stack that.
Can I
Alright.
try to bardic inspiration someone like I have done before?
Um, you would have to find an instrument with which to do that, and there don't seem to be any immediately at hand.
Let me see if I have one.
So
I suppose
They're
it's
making
not.
Rallis
strength
needs it,
checks?
right?
No,
Barbaran's
Barbaran
the
needs it.
one going for it.
Barkin? Okay.
Wait, people who are making checks, are they making strength checks?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I cast enlarge on whoever's doing that because then they can add
know.
1d4 to that check.
Barbaran now takes up that whole room.
Yeah, just about.
Yes.
What is your inspiration die, Estelle?
Right. I gotta roll it?
No, I
No.
just need to know the size of it. Should say somewhere.
It's a
pretty-
1d8.
Excellent.
So add 1d8, add a d4 as well.
Alright, so I'm gonna
And
roll
advantage.
And advantage.
And advantage.
Can you make a also, Barbaran? Can you make a intelligence check first?
Alright.
Are you smart? No.
Oh, I'm very smart, but I rolled a 2.
All right.
Very smart, huh?
I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2. Even with all your proficiencies, that's not going to give you too much. you're only just able to get the tools in to actually grip onto the thing as it is. You're not able to get any more benefit out of it than that.
Okay.
But roll your athletics check with advantage, plus a d8, plus a d4.
Mm-hmm.
So we do athletics first with advantage. Okay.
So it's an
And then-
18.
And then a D8. And a D4. Where's the D4? There it is. And a 3.
25.
25. Is that enough?
It is not enough.
Oh,
It is a
Oh.
very without the magical enchantments, this would definitely be enough to pry this thing open. But the magic of the arcane lock is still binding it binding it fast.
I feel like we should just use magic missile.
Hang on, give me a sec.
Rallis, I will have you make another stealth check on behalf of the party, or
Okay.
deception if you would rather.
Oh no. Oh wait, that's the same roll. Never mind.
Yeah, fine.
Can I
Alright.
just dispel magic?
Do you have
You
dispel
have
magic?
Dispel magic.
Yeah, it's a 3rd level spell.
Yeah.
You didn't think to use that?
you have the spell magic.
I'm doing other stuff right now. I'm not purely thinking about this right now.
Oh my god.
And I wanted to see how long you would struggle for.
Oh, it was curiosity.
Oh. It's just-
Also,
So
none
about
of you was
2-3
willing to
minutes of
ask.
about 2-3 minutes of you feigning, trying to pass it off as you doing maintenance on the floors here, and just dispel magic, and it opens.
Yeah.
I
got
I
That
not
that
happy
previous
at the
attempt
moment.
was quite thoroughly good enough to break past any immediate resistance of the physical barriers, and it was just the magic holding it shut at that time. While you were still straining, the dispel magic is then finally put on it, and it quite easily then opens up by all the strain you've put on it.
Is Barparan is Barparan or Ren able to end enlarge on themselves? Or on Barparan?
What do you mean? Oh yeah, I can end.
Yeah,
can
it's,
end
it's
that.
please.
just a spell. You just end
We
it.
become big.
Good. Alright, I popped down the hatch.
I just wanted to
Okay.
do that for flair. No one asked.
I asked generally, but yes, no one. Whatever.
No one who is real asked.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Because I assumed you would have just volunteered that information.
No, not at all. I also didn't really want to use it unless you failed that check, because it's a 3rd level spell slot.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
I understand
Yeah.
that.
So
My character's still gonna give you the stink eye though as he drops down the hatch.
Oh, Tim, I need to do wild magic
yes, please do.
twice.
Wow,
no,
nice.
no.
Why twice?
Or jump down the hatch.
I want to make
first.
that.
I didn't do it for the detect magic I did earlier.
Let's all just jump down the hatch. Oh no, but it
It's
only
a te-
activates on spell slots, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh wait. No, but
Detect magic is the first level
Oh,
spell
yeah.
slot.
I'm fine without you doing it for the detect magic.
Okay, well, I'll definitely do it for the 3rd level, seeing it's the first time casting a 3rd level spell slot.
It is.
All right. Well, jump down the hatch
Roll
first.
100.
Oh yeah.
You, the hatch isn't open when this goes off.
Roll you do 100.
No, I am down the hatch.
He's already down the hatch.
Yeah, because if he explodes, I'm not being hit by it.
Ability.
Oh, you're right.
Caster's hands become covered in sticky goop.
Nice.
Yeah, trying to pressing on the weave
Okay,
of
I
magic.
probably
You
saw that while I was running away. And now I'm like, oh no, he has booger fingers.
pulling at the weave of magic to a far more powerful extent than you've done before. You siphon away the magic that is holding this thing fast, and it binds to your hands, and it's weird, and you really need to figure out how to not do that in future.
I don't think I have a choice.
Lime
You're going to need to
fingers.
make a dexterity saving throw in order to use the somatic components of spells for a while.
Seriously?
Yep.
There's a negative
Yep.
to that?
I'm going to have a negative to that, yes. But the trapdoor is open, below which you find a 30-foot deep shaft containing a wooden ladder. Climbing down to the bottom of this, you find yourself in a 20-foot wide stone passageway that gradually slopes down about 100 feet before ending at the entrance to the Vault of Dragons. The dwarven vaults crafted long ago.
Ooh.
Let
Are we
me
even gonna
then-
finish this time?
next session.
Yes.
Alright.
But
Alright.
Only if we save 10
do
minutes
you
for the
close the
magical.
trapdoor behind you?
Yes.
Yes.
Pen down, by the way.
There we
So,
go.
coming to the end of the passageway, you find yourselves at the great adamantine doors before you.
If
Spell magic.
after we've unlocked that,
That will have no effect here.
I'm not using it because I know it won't have effect.
after we
We're doing this
unlock
now.
it,
Hang on. The heavy adamantine doors before you, 20-foot high, 20-foot wide stone corridor, completely blocked off by these double doors. See neither handle nor hinges on the doors, but written on them in Dwarvish, in ancient Dwarvish, at least one of you can read, says,
I can
the
read
three
Dwarvish.
keys. The three keys, bring them forth.
Wait, I'm pretty
he
sure
wants to
I
be
can read
invisible.
Dwarvish. Hold on, let me check.
Well, he just said what it says.
Yeah, the three keys.
He wants to be invisible.
No.
is it being
No.
left off there?
I mean, you
or
can
are we
cast it on
actually gonna open
yourself.
it?
Well,
Yeah, are we actually opening it, or are we?
Tim?
Do you have an invisible creature?
Well, we can turn invisible. I can cast invisibility.
Do you do so?
Oh, you already have invisibility. Okay.
Okay, I
I do not need
cast.
to add that spell.
I use invisibility on myself.
Okay.
I'm now invisible.
As you step forward towards the door, the one of you holding the brass dragon's scale, a soft glow emanates around the scale, and there is a deep chime seemingly coming from within the door. As you turn invisible, Ren, stepping within 5 feet of the door, a similar effect happens. A soft glow about you, not enough to pinpoint your location, but enough to know there's something. And a second chime, and bringing forth the cask of ale.
Yeah.
A third chime rings through. The doors part, sliding back into the walls when the three keys are brought forth.
yippee!
Ninja.
I'm invisible.
How
And
big
the
is the
vault
dragon?
lies open to you. You do not yet see the dragon, and
Well,
we
the
will
dragon
explore the vault next time.
After the
Okay.
doors are open, can we take the door?
Not at all.
They
it's quite
slid into
solid.
the walls.
Oh no! What is
Done. Shame.
But you have done well.
Man, we factored around so much this episode.
Really did.
I think I still have to
Yeah.
add invisibility.
Next session certainly will be the last, unless you really don't dawdle in there.
Let's
Wait,
really
Really trying
dawdle.
to find a
So bad.
way through that door without gaining scale.
So, until next time, farewell.
Yep.